we're live.
Ah,
We're live on YouTube. Try to say hi.
dude, what's up? What's up, YouTube
No,
chat?
no, no, no. I gotta go live too. Give me a sec.
All right, Amen. I mean, Epic is really quiet. 2 seconds.
You don't want me loud.
Yeah, true.
Trust me.
I never shut the fuck up, and I'm loud and annoying. So
All right, talk again, Epic.
What's up? What's up?
One more time.
Uh, today's weather forecast. There's a good chance that we will be getting zerged by the yellow faction.
true, based, and very real.
All right, I think we should be looking about decent. Only 1/4 of the people this took. Anyway, all right, cool. We've done introductions. Everyone knows who everyone is.
All this
Or-
way and for nothing.
I don't know who E-Man is.
My name
Yeah,
is
true. E-Man, who are you? Who are you really? At
I
your
need an
core.
answer.
All right, so let me myself. My name is E-Man. I'm a content creator.
I've done more than
Play
hear
mostly
about it, my dear.
builds.
I've seen it myself.
A lot of you guys know Monk builds. About me, I'm a personal trainer. In life. Big person about fitness. Also like to with also gaming and stuff. Find that good balance stuff. Kind of in my whole persona as a streamer. Love ESO, like playing stamina bit, stuff like that. So
Cool. Pain. Who are
Nice.
you? Besides a pain in the
Ah.
ass.
I have to go next after that, dude.
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know. I guess I play ESO. I do DKs. I spin music. I do a little bit in fitness. Not like E-Man though. He's an actual trainer. He's actually like Giga Chad. And yeah, I just been doing ESO and been spinning music. And I started when I was bored and had nothing to do while I was still in the military. So I was like, all right, North Carolina sucks. We might as well turn on a live stream. And yeah, that's how I got here.
Epic.
Guess it's my turn. Who I am and what I do is not important. No,
You're a
I'm
YouTuber.
just. Yeah, I make videos on the internet. People really like my videos. I do it for fun, and also, I don't stream as much as I used to, but sorry, I'm distracted. I'm setting up my stream.
So
All
what's your social security card number?
Yeah. I think we're good.
All right. I think the next topic.
All right.
First topic. I think the next topic. First topic. I think, but about the whole BG live stream and Zoss's response.
Yeah. This is
What's up,
gonna be
Toledo?
brief. I don't know. There's a lot to go there, dude.
lot.
Oh my goodness. There's a
Sorry,
lot
can't
in that. I
talk
don't
to
know.
you
About
I
guys.
think. I
Been a
think
big
what
call.
we'll do. I think what we'll do is give each person a few minutes to just their overall thoughts
about the
on
live stream.
their response. I think we should discuss their response more than anything because I think the live stream itself has kind of been
beaten
covered a lot.
like a horse. Yeah,
Yeah.
beaten like a dead horse. Yeah.
Yeah,
bit,
I mean,
but,
we all know like, live stream.
Sure, go for it, Matt.
yeah,
so
you go ahead.
pretty much, man. What we saw in that live stream, I thought it would be a great idea. Like Cypher BK with his following, which Cypher BK was a big following, probably 1 billion followers across all his platforms.
Yeah, 30 million or something. I think that's what they said.
Yeah.
I'm not good at math, but yeah.
Yeah, try to get him back to the game and play his, maybe advertise that to that. But as you guys know, kind of had the adverse. Pretty bad stream. What we saw was combat dev. Like he knew. Maybe attacking. Some of the things in his UI I saw like even have like number. He didn't really have good build either. But I mean, it is what it is. It was pretty bad, and we kind of got like pretty much a clear understanding of like why like a lot of the combat changes are like how they are because of how these changes went. So or how that BG went.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clearly the stream didn't go good. I mean, I was a part of that. Okui and Gilliam, and personally, like I didn't even get to watch the thing because like I was doing our own thing like on the side, like running as many games as we could for like the content and whatnot. And personally, I had a great time with it, but Gilliam and Sage and Kui were all boys, and we have like good cohesion. We had a lot of fun. But I didn't get to really watch much of it. I got to watch it mainly from you guys, like your videos and stuff. Like all of you guys posted videos. Like, oh my god, yeah.
I didn't post on it, but I was there trying to get in a BG with him, with Brian and his team, and I
Yeah, I
didn't
was
manage
trying
to do
to.
that. But I got to watch everything unfold live, and if you really care about what I feel about it, you can just watch my reactions live to the stream.
Yeah, I just feel like they could have done everything so differently with it.
Yeah.
If they're gonna keep that same lineup, like they should have had Sainier as POV because like I've played with Sainier like a lot. She's good. She does a lot of healing. She knows what she's doing. Like is very articulate the way she plays. It should have been like her gameplay. Wheeler on the side to like commentate and answer questions to the chat. You know, talk to the community, the player base, address things they're saying. If you know they can read past the message deleted, so that would be nice. They like, oh, what's PvP? I don't know if I like this. You're banned. Wait, what? No, you shouldn't be banning people for that shit. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. That's such a mild opinion. Who
Yeah.
gives a fuck?
Well,
But
what's up, Jake
yeah,
Clips?
yeah,
He's
freaking
here in chat.
Hey, they said I'm
what's up,
cutting
Jake?
out.
How you doing,
Can you
dude?
guys hear me okay? Said
Yeah,
my
you're
mic's
perfect.
cutting out.
I can hear you. I can hear you
What's
clear.
the T for the debate? We're starting with the BG live stream.
Just like having Cypher too
We're
in there, like was awesome. But
Well, that's cool.
they
I think they
fucking
should do
I-
more things like that too.
yeah,
Idea.
but they need to pair him with like a group. Like I played a little bit with Cypher back in the day before I even did content, and like I know exactly how he likes to play. He likes to go in there, like push deep, go for kills. Like he has like the literally the same mindset as like literally every common PvPer in the game. Like go out there, go for kills, not care about the objective, just have fun, like slay people, and like 1vx where you can and have a good time. Because like he pretty much like pioneered that shit back in the day. Like he was doing some crazy ass shit on a ranged mag blade for a while. So like they should have been like having people in there who were willing to go and do that kind of content with them. And I just think they mismanaged a lot of their resources there, honestly. But I mean, hopefully they just learn from this shit and like apply it differently because like it would suck if we don't get like another like
Yeah,
PvP oriented
and
stream like this. Well,
honestly, that's probably what will happen is we just won't get another BG stream.
no, I mean.
I think
I'll
thing
fight for it where I can, but like I don't know what
I-
they're gonna do, dude. Like they
I
don't fucking really listen to me either.
think there's something really important to note, and I think this is what's triggered me the most. When did judging someone's job performance become bullying? Like when? When did that happen? Because not in any other field would you be called bullying for judging someone's job performance.
No, I mean it's not bullying, but some of it definitely was. Like some of the messages in there were definitely, yeah, that's bullying. They're being fucked up, but like I wouldn't say that was the majority of them. Hell, I'd say most of the messages I seen there are just like common mild feedback that just gets banned and fucking put into the same pot as someone like harassing or like bullying someone. Just because there's like a few bad eggs, they all fall into the same bracket for sometimes with the how they see it from their perspective, right? And it's a wrong perspective, but that's just how they see it, right?
And I mean, even
But-
if someone's saying, "Oh, a Wheel is shit at his job," that's not bullying.
I don't even
Like,
find
just-
that true.
No.
I know I've met Wheeler many
Like-
times. Like, I just feel like he didn't perform on that stream at all. But like I've talked to him, like especially I know this is so nuanced and stuff and
All right.
whatever, like, anecdotal.
So,
But I've talked to him one on one many times. He does know his shit. I just feel like the pressure of probably being on a stream like that is it's a lot.
Oh,
for
we're
someone to
back.
handle.
It is a
Okay,
lot
we're
of
back.
pressure to probably be on
Yeah.
the stream. I would probably say.
Yeah, like especially if you don't do it a lot. You know what I mean? Fuck, man. Like I remember like when I got like first like 500 viewers in a stream, I was like fucking like, oh my god, I don't know how to handle this shit. And over time, you just kind of figure it out.
and
But
I
fucking,
mean,
if you never do it, now you have 10,000 people in there. It's a lot. Not to make excuses for it either, because like the gameplay was not good at all. It
I
was-
mean, for
but-
me, if
Yeah.
if I was in Zoss's situation, right, and I knew Wheeler was good at his job, and that live stream was just a bad time for everyone, I would do it again. But give Wheeler what he needs to show what he knows. Don't
Right.
let him
Yeah.
flounder in the water by himself.
Yeah,
Like,
play to your strengths. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like literally put the POV on a sweat. You know, like someone who's gonna like slay. and have the devs and the other support team like be on the side to answer questions and add like little tidbits of information that like people are asking in chat. So that you get best of both worlds. You get to showcase PvP in a good, positive light, like how it's traditionally played by, I would say, the majority of people, and also get that time with the developers to talk about things. You know, like why not do that? It's a win-win, right?
Yeah, like
And it just
Alright.
I
it
don't
blew my mind
understand.
that didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't understand why like Brian Willett didn't ask like a PvP here for a bit. Why do you ask like Zynote?
Eh.
But you know,
No, he doesn't PvP
no
much,
offense
true.
against
But
Zynote.
like,
I'm sure he's probably a good
yeah,
guy. Probably didn't like give a
no,
shit.
Zano's a
But
great.
He,
I
he's
like-
many beers with
probably
that man.
he's
Many
probably
beers.
an
He's a great
amazing
dude.
guy, but his PvP builds are garbage.
like
Well, like, would you go to like a nuclear scientist to like change your carpet? Like, probably not,
Yeah.
right? You know, fuck that. They don't know shit about that. Like, but they can know something like a lot about something else. But like, yeah, go talk to a sweat to get you a good build, or like, you know, get some tips or some advice, because like they do that shit every day. Like, why wouldn't you want to talk
Or
to them, right?
you are the lead game dev. You have every statistic in the game at your fingertips. You should be able to come up with the best build.
I mean, yeah, but is there really a best? That's another thing. There's
I
not really a best
I know,
build in the
I'm
game,
just-
right? You know what I mean? You can,
Yeah.
but you can kind of like go off what the meta is and
All right,
just
so
go
we're
from
not
there, right?
so we're not
it
sitting
hasn't
here.
changed very much, so
It's changed a little, man.
no.
Give
I'm
us
still
a
cutting a bit.
different meta, Zos.
like why am I cutting from my YouTube chat, but like not for the people y'all? Like a thing.
It's because we hate
Yeah, I don't know.
YouTube. We hate the YouTube chat. No, I'm kidding.
All right, so let's move things on because I mean, the BG live stream's basically been
Everything
murdered
that's been
to death
talked
at
about has
this-
been
yeah.
talked about.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
have to.
true. We're just being
Kicking a dead horse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
true.
what is your guys' gut reaction about no more chapters? Because basically, there's two takes. One is the game's going into maintenance mode, pretty much. The second take is it's going to be great for the game because they're not going to be time limited on things and stuff. I don't know. I've seen a lot of takes like that for different reasons. What are you guys' gut reaction?
I'll go first, I guess. It's if they can do it and they can do it well, I want them to do it and I want them to succeed with it. But if they're gonna throw away chapters and they have absolutely no plans going into it and there's nothing concrete there that they're going to be doing to fix it or, you know, address the problems that we have, I don't want them doing it. We've seen chapters for a while and I do think it would be interesting to switch it up, but it's hard to
I've-
really care after so long.
I for a lot of these things, I look at the past. So last year, when they announced that they weren't going to do a Q4 release like they normally do, but they'll be worrying about bug fixes and game improvement. Honestly, what did we see in that last Q4? Like, did we see any of that happen, or did
We
we
just got the
see?
battlegrounds, but yeah, we didn't get
Or did
any
we
other
get
bug
the
fixes.
battlegrounds with bugs? Because that's what we got. We got battlegrounds with bugs.
100%.
So
I mean-
they basically lied about that. I don't know. I can't see this being good for the game in any way. This is them with PR speak basically saying we're going to spend less money on this game. And I mean, we can sit here and debate, but I think at the end of the day, that's it.
I mean, my take on it, I mean, first thing is, I feel like maybe the season was like a monetization type deal. Like, I don't know how their funds are running or what right now, or like their own funds. I know, like, I mean, I don't know how accurate the statistics are on the player base, but I know, like, I feel like some of the player base has been leaving people canceling pluses, stuff like that. And I've seen like times where great hosts, like even at prime time, is not like 3 bars everything, you know. So I don't know, like, I mean, I hate to like just put it out there, but I do feel like it's kind of like on the kind of going on a downward spiral when it comes to population. But I think it's more of like a monetization thing. I'm not sure, but that's just my first initial take on it. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it will turn into that, the monetization like kind of ploy, maybe. But it's hard to say. I'm happy that chapters are going away, personally, because the idea of seasons is fine to me. Again, as long as they're done like Epic said. But like it's what they put out in that letter was so vague, like intentionally vague, because they're probably still working on shit anyway to deal with it, so they can't even really go to specifics because probably they don't even know what the specifics are. But I think seasons can be really fucking fun and really good. I've never played Path of Exile 1, but like I know that was a very seasonal game, and there were some seasons that were really good and some pretty bad seasons too, which they would either address like really rapidly or what am I going here? Either they address it really rapidly or like they would just have to like draw off that season, less people would play. I don't know how ZeniMax is going to handle it. Like in theory, it should be okay because they'll give their devs like less of a deadline. Everything has to be done by this specific time, and they can kind of just bleed things in like either slowly over time or like rapidly, depending on like what kind of content they're making, right? If we got like a PvP season too, that would be a lot of fun. And if they go and talk to actual PvPers of what that might include, and like maybe some different rule sets or game modes, or like really anything. We're so dry for fucking content. Like literally
Man.
anything could sound good right now.
And
So like that's part of the problem too.
Oh,
You know?
facts.
Zos just needs to give us sandbox tools and
Real.
let us do it.
Let me ask you guys this: you guys think it's a good idea to listen to veteran PvP players? Like I've heard someone say like it's not a good idea, especially for like new players coming in. Like it could push the new players away. Listen to veteran players. What you guys think about? What's your opinion on that?
I
Go
think
ahead.
We
that
need-
they need to be accounted for. So like yes, the new player the aspect of a new player needs to be accounted for, but you also need to account for the veteran player. It shouldn't be just listen to veteran players, just listen to new players. It needs to be everything. And generally it just feels like the veteran player gets fucked over, and I don't know. That's
Yeah.
my take on it.
I feel like they need to first, yes, listen to the veteran player because, you know, when you fucking get your arm chopped off, the first thing you want to do is stop the bleeding, right? So one thing you want to do is listen to your base, stop the bleeding, do what they need to do, make their quality of life like amazing, make it easier for us to exist. You know, give us like an economy of supplies we can get from doing PvP, give us decent reward structure, give us like some kind of foundational decent content. And then from there, work on some balance changes too. So like
Yeah.
it becomes easier for like new players to get involved, and like naturally, if the new stuff coming in, if the new content, the new balance changes, it might make it easier for the getting. Because the skill gap right now is fucking ridiculous for a new player. If you get
Really
thrown
is.
in like Cyrodiil or Battlegrounds outside of that low MMR shit, as soon as you start moving up, you're gonna get bonked by E-Man with a giant fucking 2H over your head, and he's gonna be laughing at you on his stream, saying, "Get bonked, idiot!" You know? So yeah,
Oh,
that's
thanks.
the new player experience right now. You're gonna get fucking bonked over the goddamn head. So like,
No.
Oh,
give us
right.
quality of life, then make some features, some like ways so people can get into the content easier. Because if you fucking don't have the veteran player base there, like, there's not going to be anything for them to aspire for
I
the rest
mean,
to either.
at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many new players you get if you aren't keeping old players. Like, that's
Yeah,
fundamentally it.
Yeah,
yeah,
player
it
retention.
creates a vacuum. A healthy
can-
base
yeah.
has like a river is flowing at many different points. You know what I mean? Like they
Um,
flow in and then it settles down. And you can try to hold on to that water. You know what I mean?
are we
Like,
right to move on, or do you have something to say about that, Epic?
Oh, I was gonna say something. I'm trying to run a stream and also do the podcast at the same time. I gotta focus on the podcast. Okay, so we were talking about. I think we should bring it back to the vote. Like we had class representatives at one point. There should be like a community representative that everyone looks up to. So like a big content creator or someone that people just want to point to as listen to their suggestions, listen to what they have to say. Like a representative, kind of like how you'd vote someone into office or whatever. But you have that with like each part of the community. You have one, like maybe you have 3 or 4 for the PvP side. Maybe for the more casual base, you'll have like 2 or whatever. So at the higher end, you have more towards the middle. Since there's going to be a lot more players, probably better to have a few representatives than a bunch. But basically, just put people into those positions that belong into those positions and have everyone feed up information to them and just have them run it so everyone else can go about their lives.
I like that idea.
Because if
We used to
Zoss
have that.
tries,
We
if
used to
Zoss
have
tries to
that,
listen
too.
to everyone, yeah, if Zoss tries to listen to everyone at the same time, they're gonna be trying
Yeah.
to pull their hair out because 1,000 different people are telling them 1,000 different things. If they can sit down one-on-one with someone and be like, you know, this is how we should probably do things. This is what I
And-
think, and this is what I've heard from my community. It would be a lot easier for them to digest that and actually get that out into the game rather than, you know, all the static over the airwaves and just banning half your chat because they're saying stuff like, "Oh, performance is bad." Or whatever. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, they used to have that system too, which is the crazy thing too. So it's just like a regression. You know what I mean? It's like we want to we should bring it back too. That'd be good. I think that would be helpful.
Hold on, Andrew in
But
my
I
that's
chat
the
mean,
whole
says
issue of them
this
not
is kind of
following through
what
with it.
Jake's kind of trying to achieve with that Discord in a sense.
Yeah, but it
I
needs to be more
mean-
targeted than that. You know what I mean?
See if
There
I
needs
can
to
get
be
it
like,
right.
and that's the problem
and I
we're
like the
gonna have
Discord.
with
There's
anything.
a lot of good
yeah.
ideas in there. There's a lot of
Yep.
great things in there too, but like it needs to be like super targeted and get some real like
Yeah,
actual
yeah, it-
hands-on from like the devs team as well. It's like
yeah.
the players we can just ramble, we can have podcasts,
I
we
mean,
can talk about
yeah.
this shit, but like it's like, well, we don't have any of the power really, right? You know, and we
Unlike-
do as a consumer, and what you do when you don't like something is not partake in it. You know
I
what
like
mean?
Sork
All
Nindo's
right.
question.
So
It says, who selects the representatives? They.
yeah,
Yeah,
this,
that's a
the,
hard
the
thing.
community.
Community?
That's the
Community,
thing.
but like that would be
Yeah,
hard to
but-
like really do.
yeah,
I don't know how the
yeah.
best way to go about that, honestly. I have no idea.
and the problem is, if you want a system like that to work, it can't just be one person. It needs to be.
That's why I
multiple.
suggested
Yes.
like 3 or
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's always gonna the problem, and I think this is half the PvP community's problem is like ZOS needs to listen to us, but they see us as probably toxic half the time, and I think they just
Well,
just
how did we
discredit.
get toxic?
And
That's the
and
bigger
this,
I mean, yeah,
question.
because people
How
get
did-
ignored. You know, can you blame people for being
Yes,
toxic, bro? 'Cause
exactly.
you get ignored
Yeah.
for
Yep.
all these years. Like,
It's not
come
like
on.
they wake up and want to be mad, punching themselves in the dick because
Yeah.
they like. Well, some people are like that. They love to fucking just wake up.
I
and
think
be mad,
also too,
you know?
like,
there's most of us aren't. You
I
know?
think another big part of like ESO is that this game was never meant to be competitive.
True.
I think like as a role playing game, this game was never meant to be competitive, and like there's something here with ESO. Like there's a competitive side of ESO, believe it or not. Like people like to be competitive, dual scenes and PvP scenes. People like, I mean, believe it or not, like a lot of the people in ESO is not a competitive game, but a lot of the ESO PvP community are very competitive. So when you have that,
I'm
you
just-
have a lot of devs who aren't competitive. There's like
I'm
a
just-
divide. So
gonna
Yeah,
jump
there was a
in
time where. Go ahead. Sorry.
just going to jump in real quick, guys. We're going to have a Q&A at some
Go ahead,
point.
yeah.
So if you have questions, just wait till we're done.
Fair
Um,
enough.
You mean like
No,
chat
it's all good.
questions?
It's all good. We can take questions as we go, but just letting everyone know we will do a
Or are
Q&A
you like
at the
watching
end.
my chat? Are you like watching my chat?
I've got a couple people's chats up, but I can't
oh, there's a
get
1,000
everyone's up.
chats in my stream.
Yeah,
I can't read them all.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
why I went offline. I was like, I don't want to fucking, you know, I don't want to have to like have you guys to worry about mine either. That's good. like, fuck, dude.
Go ahead, yeah.
Oh, I just
Let's keep
got
moving.
baited.
Okay. Jake just asked if he can jump in at some point. He might be able to clear some stuff up, so we can do that at some point.
Yeah.
I think you just covered us
Yeah,
up
why
with
not?
Discord.
Yeah, I did.
Guys, he's leaking the DMs.
I gotta pull up. I gotta pull up JTK's stream. You're on Twitch, right?
Yeah, I have his stream pulled up.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
All right, sorry I cut E-Man off.
Gonna go linger a little bit longer on that like competitive aspect that Eamon was talking about, dude. It's like,
Yeah, go for it.
fucking definitely the game did feel a lot more competitive back in the day too, man. Like there was a much healthier duel scene. There was a lot better established metas. You can actually experiment and do different things with the classes, and it was mainly pre-hybridization. You know, when things actually had like their little niches and their like the nuance in the play, and you could just experiment and do a lot more cooler shit with those builds. And of course, there was just a larger community, but that community kind of just like faded out because the dual community definitely got nothing, bro. They haven't gotten any kind of update to like help them out. Like we don't even have like group duels that you can like New World has this shit, bro. Like
No
you
way
go
to
the
feed
New
the
World,
ego.
like you can duel each
Bro,
other
a
as a
3v3
group, you know?
duel, bro, a 4v4
Yeah,
duel.
like-
Like, imagine.
Why
They didn't get
hasn't
anything.
Yeah,
ZOS
like-
gave us group
4v4s.
duels? Why
Dude,
hasn't
it could
ZOS
be-
gave it?
I don't know. Like
Wow.
it seems like such a simple concept to me. Like, oh yeah, why not? That would be fucking. It's been 10 years, bro. Like we didn't even have duels when the game came out. I think I left the game for a bit, and when I came back, the duels were in there. I was like, oh, this is sick. But I was like, how the fuck do you like release an MMO without dueling or like group duels now? Like it's just like, of course these people are gonna leave over time because like
Right.
they're just not getting anything to like keep them engaged with, bro. Like it's the
And-
same thing with Cyrodiil. You know what I mean? Like the Cyrodiil never gets changed. Like hopefully seasons. Like I have no idea what the fuck they're gonna do, but if they're gonna do like seasons, which they are, they should do like seasons where they change up like Cyrodiil and shit, like different rule sets, like
Dude,
and actually make them fun and like listen
Yeah.
to people like. You
I
wanna
think
be
it was
like, oh no,
JTK I was
fuck
in-
that. You know? Go ahead.
I
Sorry.
think it was JTK I was in a call with earlier, or I don't know if it was you that ran this idea by, but like a dynamically changing Cyrodiil would be awesome.
Yeah.
Was that you that I was talking about with?
No.
I was talking to someone. It might have been it was someone, but
mean-
a dynamically changing Cyrodiil, whereas like the fight goes on throughout the campaign, you can, as the player, affect things in the map with your faction,
Dude, it
aka
used to
like
be like
build
that, too.
structures in the game to like
I did-
like it's hard. It's a big concept to explain, but I hope I kind of got my point across with that.
No, you're totally right. I mean, and it did actually used to do that to like a much smaller degree. And instead of expanding on it, they actually took it out of the game. Like back in the day, if like you had a scroll or like certain amount of keeps or whatever, when you were in PvE, you would get like a weapon damage, like some recovery. If you if your fucking alliance had Emperor, you would get like a health bonus. But like I think they listened to like that 1% of like trial runners, mainly this is where this feedback came from, where like that 2% extra damage and that like 2,000 extra health was like fucking ruining their competitive edge as like trial score pushers. And there's already so few of those people to begin with that like a whole big like grander like idea of like a more like vibrant Cyrodiil affecting the rest of the game got taken out to like appease that kind of shit. You know, it just seemed ridiculous to me, bro. And they had something they could have expanded off that and like maybe fucking if something X happens in Cyrodiil, X applies to like some zone out in PvE, and in turn that would encourage PvE players to care about PvP. And now there's no reason for PvE players to care about PvP because there's nothing they get from there that matters for them, and vice versa.
Like
Yeah.
we were talking about veteran players before, like when we're talking about competitive PvP, Zos has just deleted it over and over by small
it's gotten
change
nerfed.
after small change after small change.
It's been nerfed over 10 years, 100%.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yep.
It's
And
crazy.
Zos needs to understand they need to lower the floor without lowering the ceiling. And
Yeah.
and this is player retention. You don't get that progression in skill in this game anymore like you did back in the day. Like the skill ceiling just isn't as high as it used to be.
I'll never forget when I first started playing this game. I used to think stars meant something like, "Oh, this guy might be good."
Yeah.
It
did.
did.
Hey, well, it did way back. Bro,
But now
I
you can just
fucking-
do that if you Zerga now.
God.
Bro, I see like
Yeah,
some of the
now
most
it's-
worst bots have 5 stars, bro. Like what?
Yeah. Time and
Yeah.
service, dude. There was a thing in the military called time and service instead of time and grade. And if you
Yep.
had more time and service than time and grade, it was kind of a bad thing because that means you haven't had your rank for very long and you might only be promoted because you've had that rank for so long. You know what I mean? Instead of like getting like meritorious promotion or something like that. So
All right.
just they have time and service is what I'm saying, but not time and grade. Fuck, man.
All right, let's move on
Okay.
and talk about. Have you guys seen everything going on with the AI moderation in? And Jake, just I know I didn't reply to you, but if you are in stream, you can jump in probably towards the end. Is that cool? Just let someone else know. I can't really use my Discord at the moment because it fucks all the webcams up. But anyway, the AI moderation stuff. There's people getting banned for typos and sentences that they probably shouldn't be getting banned, but the AI mods have. Well, what are you guys' takes on this? I mean, for me, the answer is blatantly obvious. So,
Yeah, it's
just to
bad.
see.
It's bad with the way it's handled. But I've been talking a lot. Somebody else talk.
Actually, I had a friend, actually, Hammer TF, actually. I've seen him get banned. He called his friend in his, he was the guy in his group. Like, I guess, I don't know if, like, he didn't res him or something, but he called his friend a pussy, right? And then he got
Yeah.
banned.
Yep.
So you have stuff, you'll have, like, little instances like that can happen with the AI moderation that can be a problem. We're going to talk
Honestly, it's
yeah,
hard
go
for me
ahead.
to speak on it because I don't care to use chat that much, if at all. If someone trash talks me or whispers me with hate, I never respond to it. I just ignore it. So my opinions on this are, I don't interact with chat much. If they're gonna AI moderate it, it's whatever. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. It's not gonna affect me.
Well, my problem is like if they want to AI moderate the chat to get rid of like crazy, like really bad shit, like anything of like well, I you know what I'm talking about. The bad shit, the crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like that's great. Yeah, get that shit out of the game. It's fucking disgusting. It's nasty. Don't do that shit. But like they also like this should be flagging chats, right? And what they're saying is that they have a team going over these these logs or these reports or whatever, like flagged by the AI, and they say there's an actual person going to like look at it for context, but that obviously isn't true because one, there was a I think Artea posted this one. I saw there was they were playing Imperial City with their group, and they were trying to say go to the flag, but instead of typing the L, they hit like that semicolon,
Yeah.
so it looked like the F slur instead. And they said oops right after it, and everyone was like, oh yeah, they obviously were saying they meant to say flag. It's a stupid typo. That person received a 72-hour ban. You know, like, are you kidding me?
So-
Like,
so
okay, anybody who like was
Yeah.
able to like look over that and actually, if that was true, if people were looking at it and actually like determine context, that's just one, they're an idiot if they couldn't tell, or two, they're not doing it. I think it's number two. They're not fucking doing it. Obviously.
Listen,
mean,
Right.
For
I have
me,
a
it's
controversial opinion real quick. Why don't we
Go.
just make it the Wild West and there is no moderation?
I
Yeah,
think
everyone
there
has
should be
to.
a degree
It's
of
everyone for
moderation.
themselves, okay? Everyone for themselves. You
No.
better learn to trash talk, or you're gonna sync with everyone else.
Look, I agree. I don't mind trash talk either. I think it's funny.
think it's
And
healthy.
like if you're on the internet, it's
It's
whatever.
really funny.
Yeah, it's fine. But like some people, obviously, they don't want to be talked to that way. And yeah, you could just say they blocked them. But also, some people say some pretty heinous shit. That's just like, okay, maybe you do, like you
Yeah,
need
if
to
they're
calm
sending
down. You
like
need to take a
death
couple
threats
days
and
off.
stuff like that, and
But
that's a different
yeah,
story.
death
But, you know.
threats, anything like crazy sexual, anything to do with minors
Harassment.
for real, like that shit should be 100% like you're out of here. But if you're just saying like, hey, fuck you, you're a pussy, like who cares, dude? Just block them. You know what I mean? Like you're on the internet, bro. Like this is the M-rated game too.
I mean,
Like
for me,
it is what it is.
the
People are-
answer's simple.
I think it's also just part of like the age we're in right now, where everything is so like there's a lot of cancel
Yeah.
culture. There's a lot of like people are just very sensitive, stuff like that, and it's just one of those things
Yeah,
where
overly sensitive.
overly
for real.
sensitive, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
But
I agree on
for
that.
me, the answer's pretty simple. If you want to have an AI moderation tool, that's fine, but it should only give social bans. If
Yeah,
it's
social-
a proper, if a proper ban needs to be given, it needs to be done by a real person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think actually that's I didn't even consider that. That's a great middle ground,
Yeah.
I'd say. Like that way they can still play the game. Yeah, it sucks they can't talk for a bit while they're getting reviewed, but at least they're like, able to play the game, right?
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Yep.
I think that's a great middle ground, actually. You know,
Yep.
fuck it, because like mistakes happen. Like these systems are gonna fucking make mistakes all the time, and just that's.
Think
I mean,
while they're at
AI
it, they
is
should
unavoidable.
fix.
So yeah.
They should
Didn't,
fix while you're offline, you can't be whispered as well.
Oh,
That's
Yes,
so
thank
annoying.
you.
Yeah.
For real.
Yes.
That shit
Yes.
is so cringe.
Zos, that is so
Please.
stupid.
If someone whispers you open up that channel for them to get whispered back. That should be
Yep.
it.
Yeah, for real. No, I agree. Like I that shit is so weird to me. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
offline
but
and send
I definitely
messages
don't
and be
think like
weird.
you should be banned
Yeah.
over an AI review. Like that should definitely be a
No.
in person.
No, yeah,
it
I
shouldn't
think
have that
you're right.
kind of like it shouldn't have that authority.
I agree. I think Johnny actually brought up. I didn't even consider that. That's a good fucking idea.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And it literally took me 2 seconds, Zos. So come on.
Get this man a paycheck. God dang.
All right, guys. In Discord, I dropped an audio file
Okay.
earlier. If you guys want to bring it
Comments?
up and get it ready to play, but don't play it
Do you
just
Hold
yet.
on,
seriously? Do you misspell things like all the time?
Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Witch. You spelled witch as in like witch with a broom and a fucking like top hat thing, dude. Like a
Hey,
little wizard hat.
Okay,
fucking
on
did
a
this.
scale of 1 to 10, how much bad words, whatever, just viewer warning.
There's no
It-
bad words. I mean,
okay,
there's
okay, good.
dumb words, but not bad.
Are one of
words.
y'all gonna play it?
All right. So
I'm
when
gonna
you-
play it when you tell us to. We'll just play
Okay,
together,
well,
I
I'll click
guess.
at the
Play it
same time.
together?
yeah, just
Yeah.
bring the audio file up, get it ready to play.
Alright.
Don't
and
get me
we play.
copyrighted. I will be
Alright,
mad.
So
It's gonna be Rickroll, dude.
there is
Yep.
3 comments that are going to get read out from YouTube, ESO YouTube. One of them is fake. You guys have to pick the fake comment.
Okay.
It's gonna be hard to see if
Alright.
I'm not looking at text. I'm not a good audible
It's
learner
all
or retainer. I
Shut
don't
up.
remember stuff I hear. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
Man,
should
it's-
post them in their text form. We read them, and then we can tell. Maybe. Fuck it. I'm down. I'm down to
Alright.
listen, dude.
All right, let's do
3,
it.
2, 1, playing. Why is this so quiet?
Playing.
2 seconds. I need to fix my audio.
I can't
Stream
I can't
can't
hear
hear
it.
you.
We're gonna have to restart, but I heard the first part of it.
The
2
stream-
seconds.
You guys can hear that, right?
No, the stream can't hear it.
My stream can hear it.
Yeah, I'm just fixing my side.
Johnny done goofed. Honestly, I did hear that first one.
All right,
I don't think that one's fake. The first one.
That one seems legit. I've heard people make so like literal just walls.
Well, gankers like to type paragraphs too, so like that's also another thing.
You
That
said
sounds like
gankers type paragraphs?
Oh yeah, they put more work in those paragraphs in chat than they do in high school.
All
I
right,
guess.
let's reset real quick. We're good to go. Let's do this. I'm pushing play now.
All right.
All right. I'm resetting. Go ahead.
Well,
Can't hear it on my end.
It's a funny comment, though.
You need to play the file yourself or listen to my stream. One of the two.
I paused it while you're
Third
speaking.
time lucky.
Oh, we're starting again. Okay, let's go.
Starting again.
Go. We're starting back again. We're starting back again. You gotta click play when we say click play.
I
have to hear this comment for the third
Okay.
time, dude. God dang.
My bad.
All right, then we know.
All right, let's go.
Go.
You tried to gank me once while I had my guard up, and I accidentally survived, and then you went back to the shadows. I assumed that you were going to reset and go for the gank again, so I immediately took all my gear off and got naked, but you never showed up.
This is 100%.
Gankers never talk about the guy they almost ganked, so I figured I was supposed to die. Moral of the story, redacted. Doesn't gank people that are naked, he ganks people that have their pants down.
Just wait, we'll hear all three.
Real. That one's real.
The next one is coming up.
Yeah, that one sounds real.
To see clearly, remove the speck in your eye first. If you read what I said, I told him I did all the exact same things wrong, and God corrected me, and so I'm sharing that with my brother as a brother's keeper on the things I do see clearly. And Jesus used parables and other means such as showing people their own money to see graven images, flip tables to get their attention. I used a mirror each time to show what he did wrong, and he was immediately convicted but acted out instead of humbling himself. If you look at all my other comments and in his stream, I was always extremely supportive, and even he knows that. Only when I see someone I supported make the same mistake I made, did I use his own image to convict him.
All right, last one coming up.
I don't know. Okay.
Listen up, people. I just spent 37 hours straight farming a rare motif in Dishan while dodging 2 dragons, a vampire invasion, and some random guy who kept stealing my resources.
Yeah, this is real. This is
I see
pasta.
you, Dark Fury 77.
Pasta.
Finally got the drop, and guess what? My cat
man.
walked across my
Yeah,
keyboard
this
and
is
I
copy
accidentally
pasta.
deconstructed it. ESO devs, please add an Are You Sure button for the love of Nern.
They used to spam that in my chat. That last one is a real comment. I used to get that spammed in my chat all the fucking time. I know that one for real. They would fucking all spam that fucking paragraph. The second one is 100% fake.
No, I think the second one might be real though. I think there's some religious people, bro. I'm telling you.
I don't think
There's a lot.
There's some religious people.
All right. So Payne reckons the third one is the fake one, correct?
No. Third one's real. That's a copy pasta.
Okay.
The second one has to be fake.
The second one is fake.
The first one is about ganking.
I'll probably say the second one as well because most people, if they're like that, they don't care.
I'm gonna go with number one. I'm gonna go with number one is fake.
Oh, I bet. I know it, bro. It's 2.
All
2's
right.
fake. Tell me, Johnny. Tell
The
me I'm right.
first one was real.
Ah, dang.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh shoot!
Based.
Wow.
The last one was the fake one.
No, dude, I've seen that one.
I knew number 2 was real though.
God.
Chat GPT made that comment up.
Bro, I
Where'd you get the
told
other
you,
2
bro.
comments from?
So the second comment is from my YouTube channel. The first one was from Horrocrux's YouTube channel.
Oh.
I knew that
the
second one was
ganking
real, bro.
one-
I knew that second one.
Yeah. The first
People
one
are
had to be
religious,
from
bro.
Horcrux.
The
I'm telling
first
you,
one,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
The first one is dead giveaway because yes, I've fought people that just wall me after with words, being like, "I'm better than you, and this is why," and I'm like, "I don't care."
Well, he was talking about getting naked and shit. So like, yeah, that's on Horcrux's channel. For
Oh man.
real.
Yep.
Oops.
Yeah, say, bro.
Oh, good
Wow.
riddance to that, dude. All right, so one more topic, and
Wow.
then we are going to do a BG. So
God,
the
I have to
la-
play with you guys.
actually,
I'm just kidding.
second last topic, because there is another topic that actually, before we move on, we didn't quite get to it, but with the AI mod stuff, I did want to also talk about streamers getting banned for things that they say on stream and not in game, because I'm sure this concerns all of you guys.
Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on what I say. You know, fuck.
I mean, what can you not
But,
say? Like, is there something against TOS? Something you can't say?
Well, I don't know, dude. It's just like
I mean,
fucking, it's a weird line because like it's
thi-
off platform. So like, yeah, I
yeah,
don't know how it
yeah,
works.
and
But yeah.
the problem I have is, and this is kind of how it's played out once already, is a group of people will harass the hell out of a streamer for days, weeks, months, and then they clip when that streamer snaps, and it's like literally is us not banning the guy harassing the guy, but you're gonna ban the streamer because he finally snapped. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
that sounds like sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
got banned for
Then what
going
is
jumping
it?
in the Jeep
Targeted
so, like,
harassment
for a
is
month.
against terms of service, and then when it's happening for 5 or 6 months, they turn a blind eye to it. And then when the
Yeah.
streamer turns around and it's like, okay, you know what? I've had enough. I'm not dealing with this anymore. Oh, get rid of him.
All right.
Yeah. Well, it's easier to clip out of context too. That's for real.
Yeah,
And, like,
exactly.
100%.
Yep.
Super.
Yeah. Super easy. 2 seconds to do
Okay,
that.
so last topic is BG scoring. So I don't know how much you guys know about this topic, but I've looked into it a little bit over the last few weeks, and obviously it's busted. Healing is extremely outweighed in the scoring system. There is a lot of things that just aren't acquainted for, like damage taken, which is a very important metric. Damage done doesn't really matter in a lot of cases
Oh, my
too.
Lord.
Like, so you're literally rewarded for healing majority of the time.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's
but
off metal
I
score,
remember
and healing
that was
offers a
so
lot of that.
funny
I mean,
because
honestly,
I remember hopping on a healer for the first time just to do a meme, and I pressed like 2 heals back to back, and then I just got like 6 or 7 400-point medals.
Yep.
And
This is
And I
the
just
healing,
pressed 2
medal.
buttons and healed a guy that was nearly dead back to full health. That's all I did. And he wasn't even doing an objective or anything. I just got, yeah. That was the problem with the old BG system too, is because like the MMR is point based. So once you got up to the higher end, you just get in BGs where no one would die because everyone was a healer, which is super annoying.
I think that's one of
I
the
really
biggest
thought
problems.
they would go ahead, Eman.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest problems at ESO, just cross healing right now. Like, in
True.
Cyber PK, like when Cyber PK came back to the stream or came back to ESO, he actually pointed this out, bro. Like, I get like people. I'm not shitting on healers, right? Like, you can be a healer, bro, but like when the goddamn healer, has 40k plus health and they're unkillable, that's when it becomes a problem. Like back in the day, healers effect points in the Magicka, they used to be squishy though. It's like, okay, focus the healer. That way you can take down the team. But like now, like how the fuck do you focus a 40k health healer?
And now,
that
now you
can't
get the
fucking-
one guy in the back with 60k HP who's immortal and also is full healing everyone in his team, including himself, like
Right.
with no
Yeah.
effort at all.
Yeah,
It's-
that's where it becomes a problem, in my opinion.
He's
like-
gotten out of line with his role. He's now also at the same time become the tank and healer.
Well, a lot of it comes from, well, Battlegrounds is one thing, there's no CP, but in the CP system too, what we have now, there's a 4% differential between the heals and the damage CPs, which is part of the problem, not the whole problem. The other issue is like there's a lot of heals that don't scale off max resources. They should probably. I think maybe if you want to be a healer, you have to put more to like max bag, max stam, and not have it pull from your weapon damage or something, because then you're just double
10 echoing vigors, yeah.
And that will get rid of the 40k HP healers because they won't have extra like health points to put into their HP, and they'd be more down in the like 30, 25 range, 25 to 30k range probably, unless they put some other like enchants on there to make it better for them. But yeah, heal stacking too, like you said, E-Man, is definitely the biggest problem right now for Cyrodiil. Like you're getting these max weapon damage like heals that scale off each other. They're getting like 10k weapon damage in a ball group. These hots are ticking for like 3
Dude,
to
the
4k a
freaking
tick,
scribing
stacking over and
damage
over and over
shield
again,
combo
effectively
is
9k
so
healing.
stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the shields and scribing, exactly. That's a problem. That
Scribing just
everybody-
made everything that was already bad worse.
Yep.
Like,
mean,
what
I
the
don't
heck?
everything.
Now
He
healing,
just
if you have the DLC, is the easiest thing you can possibly do in the world. You can fix Necro's problems by just putting a few scribing abilities on. The class can compete if you wear the right proc sets. It's dumb.
yeah, and I think Necromancer is the biggest example that needs like an entire rework of a class. Like, how does the sorcerer feel more like a necromancer than a fucking necromancer? Their sorcerer's summoning more pets than a goddamn necro. Like, it
Right.
doesn't make fucking sense.
Like,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So yeah, it's just. But yeah,
It's
if they're gonna fix heal
conjuration.
stacking, make it based. In my opinion, I think making it based off max resource, like mag or
Right.
stam, that's what's gonna determine your healing power. And not your weapon damage. Maybe your weapon
See,
damage has like a factor of it, but like not as much as it does.
And I feel like
now.
that.
see,
Yeah, go ahead. My bad. Yeah.
I've got a different take on it. I think making healing go back to primarily being like stat based is just going to kill a lot of play styles. I honestly think what needs to happen is external healing needs to be separated. So you could do that in Battle Spirit.
Yes.
Yeah, Battle Spirit rebalance.
It needs to. I keep saying it needs to work like Pale Order. The bigger your group is in Cyrodiil, in order to balance out the amount of cross healing, the less healing you're going to take from everyone else, or even in your group.
Yeah, or maybe more PvP source sets that work like Rallying Cry, but not the same effects, obviously, but the same concept. Like more people in there, the less potent the set is.
Because
Yeah.
my overarching idea is say like nerf external by 40% in Battle Spirit, but then add in sets like the 5-piece could be 20% external healing. Then that way you're forcing your healers back into healing gear without screwing over individuals' heals. So solo small man kind of stays intact.
Yeah, if cross heals can stack, why can't buff stack?
Yeah, imagine fucking what 5 sources of major brutality.
Bro, imagine casting Rally 3 times in a
God.
row and getting a 60% damage buff.
I think another thing
Yeah.
that needs to happen is that there needs to be like
Nuts.
some kind of like consequence for building in too much health. Like there needs to be some kind of consequence. Like easily you could build 40, 45k health, little to no consequence.
There
You
just
still
needs
have
to
a lot
be
of
not a
damage.
lot of encouragement. There's
You
so
know.
much encouragement to build for that, so much reward for doing it. If you take away like a lot of the things that work off of having a max health, less people will build for max
Yeah.
health.
Like
And I think the
forward.
underlying issue between all of this is still performance, because the reason
Yeah,
people
performance.
build so tanky and with their heals is because performance is so bad you can't rely on yourself to get out of bad situations, because 9 out of 10 times the game's going to kill you, so...
Yeah,
I
a
was
lot
in
of
a
times
meeting
you
space
do
all
lose
day
to the
today.
game a lot more than you lose to players sometimes.
Which
All
doesn't
right.
help when we already have this much healing.
Yeah,
Just encouraging people to
I'm
build
a firm
super
believer in the max resources. Like, make that be the main factor that determines your heal potency.
Right. I just
But,
feel like health is
I don't
just
know.
so
Maybe
bloated.
I'm wrong, but yeah, I just
Yeah,
try
but
it.
then you run into issues like Sork being OP fucking healers because they
Well,
can max
Is that
stat.
a problem with the concept of the healing, or is it a problem with the sorcerer? I think it's more of the problem with the sorcerer. They just rebalance the skill to like work differently and just make it adjust to like.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
yeah, I just don't
I
see
I
Zos
like how things
rebalancing
scale
at all.
right now. It's understandable and it's easy to teach someone how these things scale right now. I think the problem is the tooltip bases for heals should not on average be almost twice as high as damage dealing abilities. The tooltips for heals are ridiculous and they don't need to be that potent and powerful. They should either they probably I think the heals need to be 1-to-1 with the offensive skills in terms of
because
their
they're not
power.
right now. 100%.
Because yeah, they're like 50% higher than damage skills almost. They're insane. The tooltips. I'm not even talking about the CP.
Yeah, again, the CP was more of like a small factor that attributes to it, not really the whole problem.
So
yeah.
to
It's just
bring
like a little snippet of it's not working good.
to bring this conversation back around, what do you guys think should be done with battleground scoring? I mean, it needs to be more complex. The medal
Definitely
system,
damage taken
scoring system
needs to be a stat that's recorded.
Yeah.
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 Just more different kinds of stats. And I honestly thought they would do something like this for the rework because they were saying they're going to rework how MMR was, but like,
What
I was
is
like,
that?
oh no, it's just medals again. I was like, what do you mean?
What is that one add-on that lets you like see the entire individual breakdown of like
Better
they have?
scoreboard.
So basically, I'm gonna think about it like this. I know it might be
There's an
complicated, but
add-on that does that.
yeah,
better
you
scoreboard.
you can
Sauce,
see
why the fuck
everything.
is it
You
not
can
in the
see
base
everything.
game? Why?
like
Because
Why
people's
is us?
builds and everything as
fuck.
well, like what they're running, what happened, this kind of damage, that. Basically, what I'm thinking about is like how Battlefield has what is this thing called, BattleNet or whatever? It's a website you go to check the after of the game, right? So you can see the literal statistic breakdown of the game and who did what. I know it'd be tough for ZOS, especially on their servers, but in a perfect world, that would be what I'd love to have for BGs in the scoring system after everything's said and done, where I could go to like a website, type in the game code that I had, and just look at the stats of the match afterwards, like the damage taken, who did the
I mean,
healing.
why
and-
can't I just want to see medals? Why can't I see all the medals? Why is there not a fucking thing in the game for that? Like,
Oh, there is actually. Hold on, you got to go down here to the options, and you got you got to go to the help menu. Then you got to go to tutorials. Yeah, and then you got to go to, where is it? Yeah, battlegrounds. Give me a sec. Let me look for battlegrounds. There is actually a list of the medals that you can get for battlegrounds in the
Zos,
help section.
please add a tab in the BG scoring system somewhere for that
Hold
link.
on, I gotta find it. Activity Finder, battlegrounds. Let's go. Hold on, that's not even the one with the medals.
This all bleeds back into just like literally like
Combat.
retain your veteran players, work on quality of life, make it easier for us to just merely exist. Because if you don't do that, new people are not going to want to deal with that shit either, especially when they're new.
Yeah, here we
and get
go.
Their assholes ripped open by other people. So yeah. But
All right, I'm gonna get the game loaded up. If you guys want to,
Yeah,
do
here we
that,
go.
we'll
Look,
do a
look,
BG.
medals, team deathmatch medals. Here's all the medals
was
that
gonna-
you can get in team deathmatch. Capture the relic, domination, chaos ball, capture.
I was going to
Crazy
see
King.
if you guys want to do some Q&A where you get in the BGs.
I was gonna do
Yeah.
that last.
But that's okay.
Yeah, remove
Yeah.
heal stacking. We're pretty good. Yep.
And I think Jake's going to
I'm
jump
online.
in.
Whenever you want.
Okay, let me
We'll probably queue up solo. So actually,
yep.
nah, that's
Yeah,
let's
true.
let's
I mean,
queue up together.
We can if
Oh,
anything,
yeah, let's do,
probably
like, a full-
4v4 queue would be best because like 8v8 might take a while.
So what we're going to do is
We're gonna get some nasty
whoever
stream snipers when we do that.
gets the lowest score is going to have to deal with the wheel of pain.
All right, I'm gonna hop
Wheel
on a
of pain.
healer real quick.
What
I'll
am I
hop
gonna
on a
do to
healer
these?
real
What
quick.
am I do to these people, bro? What do you mean the wheel?
So chat, we need to come up with. At the moment, I've got PvP naked for an hour. Play wheelers build on a stream for a whole
God.
stream. We need a couple more. You guys got any suggestions? Chat, got any
Yeah,
suggestions?
how you gonna see us suffer? Start an OnlyFans account. Yeah, that's a good
What
one.
do you mean start, bro? I'm already a
OnlyFans.
veteran of that shit. Yeah. What do you
Oh,
mean
no.
start?
back. Start
When did I
a
stop?
Feet Finder account. There you go.
Decon the build, delete your build, have to remake it. That's a good one.
Delete your build and have to
paid-
remake
Yeah,
it.
delete your build. Like, decon all your gold shit. Like all your gold on whatever you're playing.
Oh shit.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Talk about
bro.
real pain, bro. You guys don't want to fucking feel the pain, huh?
I'm down. We're
I
down.
am.
down.
Wait,
I'll do
wait. Does it have to be our
I
current?
can't afford it. I can't.
Does it
I
have to be a
cannot
current
recover from
character?
that.
Whatever
Yeah,
build you're doing.
It has to be
delete it
you're
and remake
playing whatever you're playing at the
Yeah,
time.
like your
Oh
main
my
build,
god. Let me
like-
hop on my
like-
necro.
Yeah, don't you're gonna get on the like, I hate this class. Let me log on that one.
Wait, they have been giving me way too many transmutes recently.
I've just put this build together, man.
Whoa, it's about to be in the bin, lad.
Is that what we're
Alright.
doing?
Yep. We
put
need
it on
two
there.
more.
Yeah.
Two more, chat. 2 more. 5 total.
Tier 3 sub.
Yeah, we should have one like you have to donate like $5 to everyone else in the call or whatever.
Yeah, minus 15.
Yeah, minus 15. You gotta go around and
I'll
donate.
do a gift a sub and then, well, sub.
So what's the challenge for who has the lowest score in the BG?
Dude, I'm gonna play the fuck. I'm
yeah,
playing the
lowest
objective, bro.
score.
Are we doing solo BG or are we actually queue together?
We can queue together, I reckon.
We have to queue together for this.
Oh my
Probably
god.
Alright, so you guys right with gifting a sub to the free non-losers if you lose?
I'm good with that one.
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
all about making $15, dude.
Good with that
Well,
one.
it's not even that. I get fucking. goddamn
That's better than
it's
deleting
like
all my
40%
gear.
of my money.
Well, the thing is, you gotta roll a wheel of pain. That's what he said.
All right, we need one more. One more.
We need one more. No, absolutely not. No.
Loser has to kill themselves in game. The Wheeler of Pain? Oh god, dude, that's a good
Wheeler
one.
of Pain.
Wheeler.
The Wheeler of Pain.
Beat cam.
Dude, you know, guys, I can't do that one, bro. Fucked up.
Say
my
whoever
FIFA
loses
notes.
has to delete their game and reinstall.
I do that all the time.
Dude, that's easy.
That ain't even,
I'll
a,
fucking go
that
to
ain't even a
sleep.
punishment.
Not even a punishment for some people.
Here's
Oh.
another one. You have to cancel your ESO Plus for 3 months.
Oh, they gave me that for free for a whole year. I can't do that.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna do that anyway, so it's not really.
Yeah, I'm already doing
Yeah, like,
that.
is that
You're
a
right.
punishment
I was trying to
or
get
is
out of
that,
it
like-
easy.
Oh my god.
Dude, that's like fucking freedom.
Say whoever loses has to listen to a complication of Akuli's off that lasts a full hour. Oh my god.
To what?
That sounds stupid.
I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds like really boring and lame.
All
Okay.
right. We need one more. Why am I going blank?
All right. This is the last one. The loser has to 1v3 everyone else. So like we just get to dogpile on them, and we get to do it like 3 times.
Yeah, that's
It
Three
becomes a
times?
1v3.
I'm
It
running
becomes a
tank build,
1v3.
bro. I'll put on a tank build, bro.
And line of sight is not allowed.
All right.
You're never gonna get stream snipers in that situation. You know it,
Or
right?
should we spin the wheel after?
No, we can organize it.
After suspense.
After.
Suspense.
Alright.
Suspense. 100%.
That also gives us this BG to think of one more. Chat.
That is E-Man's gonna X y'all. No, stop it.
Dude, I don't want to be fighting anymore, bro. I don't want to get bombed.
I fight him all the time. I'm used to it.
I'll like be tagging him, just like I'm turning my brain off while I'm playing. I'm just hitting him. He's like coming out. I'm like, oh fuck! Whoops.
Yeah, my
Oh,
brain's
really?
not normally dialed in when I fight people, so.
I'm not that good, y'all. Don't be fooled.
Delete a character is actually for
Oh
his SD1,
no
dude.
way! I've
That's his
still
SD1.
got my one bar set up.
What are you in a wheeler build?
I'm in my one skill build.
Oh yeah, I saw that video by the way. That was sick. Good video.
What is that? What are these suggestions?
Oh yeah,
y'all
the
giving me,
loser
bro?
gets
Is
an
it-
exposed video. Oh frick!
Got enough of those, dude. I like honestly, bro. I'm all
I
about.
don't have one yet.
Keep making them.
I'm not good enough to be exposed.
I can't wait to get exposed to like viewers.
that
But
said whoever's last place has to violate TOS. Bro, what are these?
yeah, I'll do it
what are
again,
these
bro.
ideas,
I'll do it
bro?
again. I fucking got banned like a month ago for flying inside of a keep. So just go do it again, dude. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's a good one. Delete the character and everything on them. Dude, I'll hop on my neck roll, bro. Easily.
That's a little bit brutal.
If it's any character that I get to choose, that's fine. If it's I'm not deleting any of my core characters.
Yeah,
I've
I
actually
can't
put
delete my
real
sword, bro.
money into these characters. That is
A lot.
not happening.
E-Man, can you drop your ad in Discord so I can
Okay.
I'll invite him if you pass me crown.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I'll pass you around. That's the easiest way.
I don't know me. You said, are you a Willard build? No. I gotta start using that.
Not yet. Not yet.
That's crazy how that meme is going around now. Are you a Willard build?
So fucked.
Said whoever loses got to do a vet hard mode dungeon in first person.
All right,
I like the
bet.
first
On the
person
bro.
punishment.
First person might be kind of funny.
You're forced to do
Forced
a
to do first
BG
person.
and yeah. You want aviator 4v4?
Well, BG in first person is kind of funny as hell.
Yeah, BG competitive BG in first person.
Better than
Crazy.
BG in first person.
I'll do it right now in first person, dude. And I'll still
I
get fucking
mean,
top of your board.
first person
One day.
PvP is 20 times worse.
Group or 4v4? What do you want?
AV8.
Well, we have to.
Do the 8.
Okay,
Yeah,
do
do
try
the
it.
8.
Buddy,
I need all the people so I can, you know.
let's get color peek in first person. That'll just be cancer
Get a
to
picture
watch.
together real quick while we're here.
Oh yeah, I'll teleport to you guys. Where y'all at?
We gotta.
Look around,
Where's
okay.
JTK? Where do you want to get a good picture at?
I'll just
Out with
mark
JTK.
We can beat him.
We'll just harass him, I guess. Unless he's in Cyrodiil.
No,
he's
I'm
just
just in
Stormhaven.
Stormhaven.
We're dueling, bro.
Of
What you
course,
doing?
of course. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's a good spot.
You
All
said
right,
four-man
you're gonna
comfort.
solo queue and fill out the one spot for that 3-man group we're gonna get on our team. Nice.
Fucking Don's out here. What's up, dude?
You gotta sabotage E-Man, by the way. I'm just saying. Alright? You do everything to sabotage this man.
Doing the ego duel against the Donatello, dude.
The
Big
Donatello.
chat.
The Donatello. That's crazy. He's fighting the wrong person.
I know. He's.
Dude, bro's finna die to his own dots, bro. What
That's crazy.
I
Where
eat
does
the
my
crack.
music Winners win. What can I say?
My music, man.
the fuck? That four-man comp group gonna be
What do you
going
listen
into
to?
AV8 is cheesy, not honorable. Talking
what
about
kind
It
of music
definitely
you gotta do, bro.
alleviates stream sniping, so I will say that. Helps alleviate.
We can probably answer some questions at the moment.
Yeah, now's a good time
All
to
right,
ask
chat.
questions.
Oh, BG's
Oh,
ready.
BG! Help!
Oh,
No,
Oh, we
fuck
should
your
have asked
questions.
questions sooner.
Fuck your questions. Your questions.
Yeah.
Have to
Hey,
wait.
oh,
It's time to
frick.
focus.
Focus.
Alright. Alright. Oh,
All right,
frick.
boys,
Chaos ball.
Listen. There's a chaos. No, sorry. There's a freaking power sigil right there,
Fuck.
guys. You see that?
Oh,
bad
I
boy?
see it, bro.
God dang,
I
god dang,
see
god
it.
dang.
I can streak right across.
There's one on the other side, too, though. That's the problem. So
E-Man,
they'll
if you
have
take-
one.
If you take the fucking power sigil before we get there, bro.
I don't think it'll let me streak over there. I think it's gonna make me fall. Damn,
I'm
Ruski's in
saying,
here.
dude. If I see you grab that before we get there, dude, we're not friends anymore.
Damn, Okui's in the other team. Oh shit, Okui got a hold.
shit sticks.
Okui's got a hold of Bunk. Oh man.
Alright, a QE's gotta go down.
We gotta
Alright,
kill
we're zerging him.
I got
4v1.
a banner for
4v1.
you guys too.
The
4v1.
motherfucker probably queued solo into a group fuck.
He's watching. He's ready.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, 30
They
seconds
got
to
some
launch, ladies
hitters
and
on that
gentlemen.
team, bro.
What they got? I can't.
I've seen that Gubbles. Abosora around.
You feel bad for the other team?
Oh, Ruski's
I
on our
don't
team though. Yeah, Ruski's pretty good. All right, chat, stay grouped up.
I'm on Nightblade. If I get that damage buff, I'm
I'm
one-shotting
bricked,
people
dude.
within cap.
Yeah, bro, I got the
Brick the
craziest
fuck
damage
open.
buff right here, dude.
Yeah, we gotta work together to get that. Or if E-Man's fast enough, he can streak over to the other side and steal the buff from him.
Nah, I'm gonna.
'Cause there's one over
Put it
there
down.
too.
No way. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't think you're making that.
Oh, I made the jump.
No, dude, you better not grab that thing, bro.
Oh, fuck.
He grabbed it by himself. You AI
My bad, my
program.
bad.
Oh, fuck.
That somebody should have stopped me.
Alright, dude, we're not friends anymore.
Oh no.
There's a Kiwi.
Oh, he rolled dodged the Bunk.
Nice corrosive kid.
Oh, down.
We've got the ball. Let's go.
And this field is so
I don't think they know, guys.
Serious damage. Oh, you got the
Are you
ball?
doing the one button build? Yeah. What do you think I got the ball for, bro? Remember the terms.
That is true.
Watch out.
by
There's a Kiwi
heels.
guy trying to fucking bomb me. I think he bombed me.
Guard that ball with your
Watch
life.
him try to bomb. God dang.
Frick, I
Guard
got the
that
worst
ball
one.
or get off the field.
fuck, watch
Get the
out.
ball back.
Why in
fuck
the
was
frick
that?
do they have the skills organized in this way?
Crazy.
How does JTK have more points than me right now?
He's a healer. bro.
Scoring in battlegrounds is fucking
He's exploiting.
Oh, it's because you're healing, dude. You fucking rat. That's right.
What about for kills?
13K? There's no way it hits that hard. Hold on.
Dude, don't worry, guys.
Let's go.
Time to go firm
This
mode
is
on
so
these
hard.
guys.
Watch out.
I love how left-handers still
How
work.
do you heal with werewolf? You can't heal.
You don't. You don't. Hey, one button boy, come here and heal me.
fuck.
I'm healing the
You
fucking.
want some points? You want some points?
Oh, that stomp actually hits hard, bro. I just
That
fucking
stump does hit hard, bro. Fuck.
What the fuck?
Wheeler, save me!
I'm saving the other person.
Wheeler!
Oh my god, this is chaos, bro. What the fuck?
What the fuck? That fucking stomp actually whacks. God damn.
Oh fuck, here they come.
Wheeler just let me freaking die, dude. It's wild.
Oh, back up, back up, back up. Is there a buff over here? Oh, that's the ball.
Yeah.
You got all
Man, you're
vamped
falling
up.
behind a bit.
Me?
Oh yeah, you a vampy boy, dude.
Oh fuck.
You all vamped up. Amped up to be vamped up.
Get that ball or get off
Furry,
the
dude.
field.
I'm all furred out. Start yipping, dude.
What about for kill? They don't get points for kills, bro.
Don't look
No.
at the scores.
That
they're
ain't
peeking.
deathmatch, bro.
Dude, I just fucking bit that motherfucker down, dude. Dude, these power-ups are actually kind of sick. Like the fucking werewolf.
I'm requesting my tactical wheeler. Frick.
Tactical wheelers.
Bro,
Heal me! Heal me!
We got the ball.
I only got
Let's go.
one skill. Leave me alone.
I'm running
never
this
been-
way. Hold on.
I've never
There you
done
go.
this heal
Alright,
shit.
thank you, Wheeler. Thank you, Wheeler.
Trees.
Come on.
Don't run out. Don't run away from my trees.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm dead here.
I'm dead.
Bro, you
No,
literally
get out
ran out
of
of my
his,
trees.
get out of his trees,
Oh,
dude,
shit.
because he didn't medical school for healing you.
I don't care. You're in a good spot.
Go, go.
Same. I cannot afford to have to delete this not this my gear. Not delete this. Couldn't pay me to do that.
Ball is loose.
Oh no, I died.
Guard that ball with your life. They got the ball.
Don't look at the
won't
scores.
float
I'm gonna
out.
lose. Don't worry.
They lost the ball. They're absolutely.
Bro, this banner is so crazy for buffing y'all's damage.
Come on, Nightblade. I don't need it. Already just one-shot people because I feel like it. Like, if I'm in the mood, I'll just one-shot someone.
In the move.
Shoot.
Oh,
Frick.
I
Frick.
just got killed.
My game is frozen!
You
Oh,
dropped the
well.
ball. Clumsy.
Dude, I'm the
I
best
think I'm
furry.
getting
I'm
DDoS.
Get that ball. Go. We need that ball.
gonna be the best.
We
furry
must get the
in the
ball.
game, I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, we are like desyncing the fuck out of them.
Get the ball back.
With the heals.
My entire, like, internet just crashed.
Oh, shit sticks, dude.
Oh no.
My entire internet just
Max
crashed.
is fucking. You got tired of you making wheeler cuts, dude. Get him off the game, bro.
Where's the Wheeler build? I need the Wheeler build.
You better hit those jabs, dude. Oh my god, bro.
My trees.
I'm staying out of your trees, so I don't want you to get over. Fuck you.
The trees, give me trees. No, the trees aren't healing me enough. These trees aren't healing me
Listen.
enough. Stop it.
It's not my fault. I just randomly get disconnected from the internet.
Hey, bro, what
I'm also
happens?
checking it in the background, and I'm not getting DDoS, which is good.
Come back, trees.
Trees, where they at?
Right on top.
Okay, here we go.
Actually, yeah.
I'm taking way too much damage though. I'm gonna just go ahead and die. Look.
Yeah, I'm dead, bro.
I
Wait,
was
killed my
definitely in the
bomb
lead.
sword?
I kept
Oh,
peeking the
it's
scoreboard,
you.
but that ain't even fair. I just got kicked out of the BG.
Yeah, whoa.
I just
Whoa,
I
won't
was
count.
first.
Get that ball or get off the field.
It won't, because I just got kicked out because my internet crashed. I will destroy all of you. You make me delete a character.
We need that ball.
Uh-huh.
Guard that ball.
Oh,
with
we're
your life.
crashing it.
We crashing it. We crashing it. Kill the furry. Kill Siphon.
Get
There it
that
is,
ball
done.
or get off the field. Don't let go of that ball.
Oh, I thought you grabbed 2 balls at once. Yeah, you can take that out of context.
I'll watch the bomb.
Oh, it's just an Akui bomb. Don't worry about it, dude.
Damn. Shade has been thrown.
Alright, my internet just went down again.
I'm getting roasted out here, bro.
Sorry, guys.
I got
Someone doesn't want me streaming right now. Someone really doesn't want me streaming.
Buff right now.
They've got the ball!
How many times can I get stunned in the space of 4 seconds?
Usually about 1 every 60 seconds. Actually.
Someone might want to tell us that.
Yeah. At least that's how it's supposed to work. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. You know, I'll tell you who I am. I'm a fucking furry, dude. I got this goddamn werewolf.
You guys go quiet. You make me think I crashed again.
Oh, I'm yapping,
popping up
dude.
over here.
We must get the ball! Get the ball back!
Bro.
The ball
Dude,
has
that
been
was sick.
dropped.
We bombed that shit.
I love this little banner, bro. It's like my favorite skill in the game right now.
Hold on.
I moved out.
I just keep getting disconnected from the internet over and over and over and over again. Every time I go live, this happens. I'm trying to figure out if I'm getting DDoSed or not.
I mean, shitty internet, like, provider being dumb.
I think it is, but it's too convenient that every time I go live, this happens. Like it's too perfect.
Yeah, but the problem is, if you've got barely any hands like that photo you sent me earlier, it's not gonna work.
I mean, that is true. That wasn't on stream for that. I'm just running some Wireshark in the back to pick up anything.
Dude, this werewolf gameplay is actually sick. I might become a full-time werewolf.
He's gonna become a furry arc
Yeah.
confirmed.
I'm gonna start yipping every time I get a kill. This is the sickest content. This is the sick, nastiest content.
Let's save this.
'Cause this game doesn't count, right?
Oh no, it counts, dude.
Okay.
It counts for us.
We'll
bet.
have to
You,
worry about
you,
them
you
pick
guys
up.
you guys will have to roll it between the three of you. Whoever's getting the lowest.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I'm not saying that because I'm first position. I'm saying that because, you know.
Blow
dude.
on it. Blow on it. I
Yeah.
don't know what the
I'm not
freaking
being
dude
biased in any degree.
I haven't even looked at the scores.
Shut up. I don't know how to use this vampire thing. Never used it.
Lycanthrope Rage version 2.
Dude, this vampire thing sucks though, dude. It's so ass.
I don't know. My spammable blood for blood was hitting really hard on some fellas.
Oh, this freaking
Oh, bro,
it does.
We have the ball! Prepare
The
your-
leap also hits insanely hard. The old.
Oh yeah, the furry, the werewolf thing does. But like, the vampire.
Vampire one is cringe, but it is pretty strong too if you can use it.
Maybe I just don't know
What the
that.
fuck is the heal at?
Takes a
I'm a
bit to get
terrible
used to
wolf.
because they don't put your buttons on your buttons, you know.
Yeah.
There ain't no party like E-Man. Stop it. Say, what does the banner do? No, stop asking me that. Did he ate green meth? What the fuck? I thought you had the double bar better. No, you don't. I just have it one bar. I only activate it when I need it, when I go offensive.
Get that ball or get off the field!
It's actually pretty valid.
That's how I ran it too. People were making fun of me when I did that. Like, oh, you only have banner on one bar. You push a double bar. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought too. But you know, you can just toggle it when you're ready to go offensive.
Yeah, just hit it once when you're back and ready to go.
I found it really, really powerful. Like Ninja, he wouldn't
Did it
shut up
groups.
about it, and I eventually tried it. He made it. He turned it into a CC purge with just the activation. Because you can just activate it and then remove snares and mobilizations and then turn it off.
Oh god dang, what just happened
Oh no! What the
right there? Dude, you were on a
fuck?
healer too, JCK. How did I whoop your ass in middle school? How did I do that?
He was
Man,
holding on to the
come
ball
on,
more.
bro.
He was afraid most of the game.
How are we the
Fast,
top
bro.
3?
Yeah, what the hell? Well, I was tunneling the ball pretty hard, bro. I was tunneling on the
Well,
balls.
I
I
feel
really
like
was
this
picking
could
them up.
not be very good news.
Our
for
team,
Mr.
our team
E-Man.
was stacked as fuck, bro.
Yeah, Yeah, we did slay the show.
Oh wait, who lost? I wasn't there.
Yeah, E-Man
I
got
was
the lowest.
I
out of
lost, man.
Of course, he doesn't play the objective.
I know I don't
Yeah,
play
I was
objectives, bro.
playing-
I'm
I was
a
playing the fuck.
I'm a freaking
If
kill.
it's
kill people, bro.
deathmatch, he might be able to keep up. If it's deathmatch, he'll
Alright.
probably be one of us.
Let's...
All right, so what do I have to do?
Yeah, roll the wheel.
We gotta spin the wheel.
Hold on,
Fuck.
I gotta pull up JTK.
Hold on.
stream,
What are the
I'll share it
options?
with
What are
you.
the options?
Well, it looks like you won a McLaren.
I'll show you in a second.
So you're bad, but here's the news.
Bro, what about the untold, like the
Oh,
untold
totally,
MVP
yeah,
though,
I
man?
got a 44-second ad. I
Has so much damage.
I gotta get
Alright.
through a 44-second ad. Please
So
wait.
the options we have is PvP naked for 1 hour on stream, play wheelers build for a whole stream,
Let's go!
delete
Sorry,
a
someone
whole
just
build,
became a channel member. I'm
gift
precious.
a
I know
sub.
that name.
So gift a sub would be me and Payne. You'd have to
Okay.
give me and Payne a sub.
No, you can give me one too. You can give subs on YouTube as well.
Bro,
I mean-
deleting a character is an
Listen,
option.
You're not gonna leave me out of this. I'm gonna get some too, even though I couldn't play the
not
game.
deleting a character, just the gear on the character.
Okay. Can I choose the character? Or does it have to be the character that I'm on?
Make
That's
chat.
one.
Yeah,
No, we'll make it more
11
interesting.
more seconds. 11 more
No,
seconds.
no. Maybe, except maybe your main, but make chat pick the alt, I guess. Whatever you
Okay, make the chat pick.
Yeah, make
Bro,
chat pick.
chat, y'all better not hold me. Y'all
There
better
you go.
not hold me.
All
if
right, you
get
can
that.
spin it. I'm here.
I spin the
I'm,
wheel.
Alright.
I'm arrived.
All right, let's do this. Let's see how screwed you're gonna be.
All right, so this is what we're looking at right down here, boys.
Oh, that's probably the best one you got. That's
I'm looking.
What the fuck is it?
so he's got a PvP naked for an hour.
PvP naked for an
Oh, man.
hour?
Yep.
Oh my god. This
That
stream?
means you can't wear any. We'll be nice and let you
doesn't have
use
to be
weapons.
This stream, just a
We'll let you
stream.
use weapons, but no body armor at all. Jewelry, weapons, that's it, but no gear, no physical gear like on your character.
No physical gear.
And you also
No.
have to strip down to your outfit. Like you have to be naked in the game.
No, you have to. You can wear all your gear, but you have to be naked while you stream.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. No, we don't, bro. So I halfway did that. I halfway did that.
But
And
listen,
we awakened some of the ESO weirdos, bro. The ESO at night, bro.
He's like, holy
Big
fuck! I got a
givers.
lot of new channel members that
let
stream.
me discover you found out I'm broke.
Maybe channel
I
member for the
appreciate it,
wrong
times
reason.
precious.
Oh man.
All right, I think Jake is gonna pop in.
Okay.
Now.
To create a Diddy tune.
Dude, I saw that too.
God,
Oh,
say
God,
show
is
them
there any
game.
set that spawns fucking baby oil?
I mean,
Ah,
hey,
let's go.
I don't mind the PvP like shirtless. I don't mind that one.
Yeah, this man's a physical
PvP
trainer, guys.
shirtless.
It's
No,
not-
you
it's not
have-
much of a
listen.
punishment.
Get in the game too, okay?
Like, I'm not gay or anything, but like, he is a personal trainer.
I mean, hey, like I said, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mind. Like I've seen people do it before. Like it's people do it, but I'm just scared of like what I'll awaken in the chat if I do that, bro. Folks
Yeah,
already
but
get to
really,
acting
bro.
crazy, bro. But
You'd be a much richer man.
All right.
all right. So what do I have to do though? What do I have to do? What do I have to do?
So you have to PvP naked for an hour.
Beefy naked for an hour. Okay, all right, but not on my tune though, right?
What?
No, like what Payne said.
Oh.
No, dude, you have to do it in game.
Okay,
No,
in game.
you
Okay.
have to
Okay.
be both. You
Okay.
make it in real life. And
No, I'm not gonna actually be, bro. I'm not gonna actually be naked. Of course.
Yes,
Damn,
you
like,
are.
no. No. Okay,
Oh,
so
sure.
in game. Okay, in game. All right.
In game. Yeah, I'm not trying to get you banned.
All right. Say less.
are you in here, Jake?
Unless- Hey, Jakey.
Say that's a win. You
Thank
said
you,
probably
Jakey.
hit record members on the stream.
Hello, quiet
It's a
if he's in
win-win.
here.
Did someone say email at night? No.
Email at night.
Might just get you to talk for a sec, Jake, just so check your volume.
Oh, Jake's in here.
Hello?
Really
Hello?
low.
Reminder.
Turn him up.
Sounds like he's on his phone, and the phone is in his pocket.
I actually joined off my Xbox because my computer was turned off because I started watching your stream when I was in bed. I was like, "Oh, look, Epic streaming. Let me see what's going on." And I was like, "Oh, this looks interesting." And I started commenting, and then I was like, "Well, they're gonna ask questions. I'll join later. I'll go turn my Xbox on, but my computer's not on, so I joined off
Yeah.
my Xbox."
Well, you're here
Well,
now, so
welcome in, Jakey. How you doing, dude?
Come on,
Not
Jake. How
too
you doing, man?
shabby, glad.
he was in
Glad to
bed.
be here. Yeah, it wasn't
We woke
bad.
him up. We woke him up.
The conversation was so good though. I was like, I feel like I want to, be involved.
So,
it was a-
I was talking. Are you sure it was good?
But
We
you know,
just
I've
zoned
talked
you
quite
out,
a bit, at length, so I enjoy talking to you
Oh
too.
yeah, Andrew's mad at you, Jake. You didn't come in with a joke.
Oh, that's true.
no.
That is
Except this
actually
one went
tragic.
well.
I've been trying to do more like ESO related jokes because I feel like those always do really well. But then when I do them, people don't understand them.
Oh, I usually just make jokes.
I could give you some Zos jokes that understand.
Well, I try to do like
Anyway.
Skyrim jokes or like Oblivion jokes. That way it's not just like generic,
Hey, let's-
openers.
All right. So, what do you have anything specific to say, Jake, or do you just?
Which topic, I guess? Because I've been thinking like as you guys have gone like different topics and had different
Yeah,
ideas
he's out of
on
the
different
loop
points.
now.
Yeah.
It's hard to speak on
Um,
points we've already like went and gone through.
Well, better yet, Jake. How about we just ask Jake, like, how did you start playing this game? Like, what's your story? Like, what was your, I guess, starting era? What
While
was
that's
your
happening,
come
Q
up
is for a
story?
BG.
I started right after I finished Skyrim. ESO had like all the DLCs. I finished all the DLCs, and I was like, oh, ESO's out. This is like a continuation of Skyrim. So that's when I had joined, and this is my first MMO. But I'd also started playing Ark Survival Evolved at the time, so it was like ESO PVP and Ark Survival PvP at the same time, which was a wild schedule
Wow,
to
change
manage.
genres, yeah.
But it was, I would
so
do
did
them
you start in the beta?
concurrently. Yes, but I never. So you were able to port your character over to console, but I missed that deadline, so I had to start fresh when I switched to Xbox. Because none of the people, like when I was playing Ark, I played on Xbox because all my friends in college had an Xbox, so we had a little tribe there going, and then we took our tribe over, and we made an ESO guild with it, and we would just kind of dick around between the two games.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I remember when like they did release consoles. A lot of people like who were especially PvPers, like even Cypher back then, like they would go and transfer their PC character to the Xbox, and they would have like 400 or something CP at the time, which was quite a bit. And they were like literally like mini emperors, if not better emperors, over every new console player that was starting the game. They were just like
Terrible.
decimating the population of people in PvP. It was quite funny. But that's cool that you've been with the game for like as long as you have. It's kind of rare now that we have people who stuck with it for like 10 years now.
They allowed that though when console
It's
came
not
out.
been
Like
concurrent though.
they allowed
Say
that.
again?
There's been like big breaks though, like a game will come out. I think that's what I've always liked about ESO though. So I used to play Destiny, but like if you take a break from Destiny, you feel like you're just like eon. You feel like you're a brand new player, damn near. If you take a break from Destiny, that's what I've always liked about ESO. Is you can take a year off, ESO. Maybe you logged in and did some dailies or whatever, but you're not to a point where you're so far behind that you feel like you have to spend like weekends upon weekends just to catch up to do end game content. I mean, I still use my Rock Grove gear, like the Masai set for PvE content, and you could still just walk in and pretty much do any sort of hardcore PvE content. And then for PvP content, yeah, you might need to farm like the Saint Seducer mythic, but that took like 45 minutes to get all those leads because it doesn't drop from anywhere. So I think that's what they do decently well versus some other games, is that you can pretty much, come back and return relatively easily and then just jump right back into content, even if you're using something that's a bit older, and you can just kind of renovate it as you go.
Yeah, in terms of gear, yeah, absolutely right.
Right.
Just getting new stuff to it.
I
You're right,
think
dude.
this meta needs to change. It's
Yeah.
so stagnant. Like
agree
if
with that,
Zos
too.
if Zos can do anything, change the fucking meta. Fuck's sake. Like give us another cheesy Oakensoul meta or something.
Well, I don't even think it has to do with sets. Or
I think the only two things,
if-
in my opinion. Go ahead. Like,
Oh no, it's not
No,
really.
you know,
stats.
even I've been talking. I talk all the time. Go ahead. I never shut up.
I think
so
the
you
two
first.
things that definitely needs to change. Number one is Necro. Like they need to bring Necro up to be better class as the other ones. Like it shouldn't be like I feel like playing Necro, like you have to try so hard to compete with other classes, and like Necro against a Max Work is almost a losing fight like every single time almost. Like pretty much it's almost like a losing fight almost all the matchups. Like when it comes to PvP.
You just can't get through their shields.
Yeah, and then the sword. Like they need to touch the sword. Like
Yeah, for
Or
class balancing. True.
the class balance. Yeah.
Like we said earlier, fucking Sork feels more like a Necro than a fucking Necromancer does to me, at least personally. In terms of like, yeah, class balancing is a thing, but just in terms, the way how the standardization of skills has gone has been a big problem for I think a lot of people too, honestly. Like how all your dots are going off 20 seconds rather than like.
And I hit him. Target is not immune to
Things.
surprise attack.
You know how like every sticky dot now is 20 seconds, or like some for 12, some for 8. You know, it's varied right now. Everything's standardized where everything is the same. I think that has a bigger play to meta than even just the classes, like at least for people users, and even PvP. If there's a shorter dot timer, you can create microbursts a lot easier.
I reckon we should talk about one more topic. Probably some Q&A, and maybe Jake has some information for us with certain questions, maybe. What do you guys think about Matt Fry's letter where he said about the new Cyrodiil they were going to do with PvP skills? I'll go first. I don't know. I'm torn, but part of me is like Cyrodiil's not working right now, so maybe something different is the answer. I feel that this might take on what he says and what Josh is thinking is completely wrong, but I feel like they're going to go back to like early days in this game where it was more about Zerg fights. It was less about the individual person. And I think that's what they mean by PvP only skills is they'll do, you know, if the skill combinations and stuff will be a lot more basic. Because I've seen a lot of people say animations, and changing animations won't do anything. That's fine, so that won't affect server performance. So they have to go to the map behind the skills to get a change, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
and we don't. Okay, the biggest, like Jake said, the biggest thing right now is we don't have a specific. Honestly, I don't even think they have specifics. I think they're still working on shit, and they don't even know how they fully. There's two things I can see. Right? One is that the skills work perfectly. They help performance, and we achieve the goal that they're trying to get it to be like back with 2014, like games working properly. That's like great. The problem with that though.
Just want to correct something you just said. The game did work.
Okay, yeah, but it worked better than now. Okay, it worked better.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
it did. It did. It really.
It worked better than now.
No, it did. It did.
Okay, that's your opinion. That's fine. Besides that, if it improves performance, it makes it better. Cool.
Yeah.
But now you have this other issue. Because now
Rubber band.
you're locked into playing. When you go to PvP, you're locked into using abilities that are only sourced in PvP. And we were talking earlier about like new player retention, like making it easy for them to get involved in PvP. Well, now there's another hurdle they have to jump over. Quite a big one too. Like everything that they've used and learned in PvE, Overland, Dungeons, Trials, no longer applies to them on an ability basis, right? They have to go back and relearn these new abilities and jump into a whole nother world that they have no clue on how they work. Maybe they found a combo or a
target him,
set rotation or anything that they just come to like and enjoy. Well, now that's no longer an option because they're forced into using those abilities. So that's kind of would be a big turnoff for I would say a lot of people trying to get into PvP. I think the best middle ground is to be able to use both. Like, honestly, as a content update, new PvP source with new abilities would be fucking great, cool, and I don't think anybody would have a problem with that. It's the fact that you're going to force people into like using them. Yeah. help performance is probably what people are going to get motivated with. And Kui just messaged me in game 2, and I think like the biggest thing they're going to do on abilities, because like me and Kui actually talked about this quite a bit like offline, is they're probably just going to add cooldowns to abilities, so you just can't do the same ability over and over again, which is like the combat of how PvP is.
Cooldown abilities.
That's probably what they mean by the performance-based abilities.
If they add
have cooldowns on them.
they add cooldowns to PvP, it makes it like every other game in a lot of ways.
Yeah, this game's got nothing else left.
And
That's how you're gonna finish off the game.
That won't be well received. I think
Like,
most people.
and as Jake said, we don't know. It's speculation. But I feel like they're just going to dump the map down. Because the way a lot of skills
Not
function.
poorly though. Like just have like a generic execute, a generic shield, a generic heal. Like it could be done in a way that's not convoluted, that is still core to the mechanics. Because I've always thought that ESO tries to balance PvP and PvE at the same time, and it never really quite works. So if they use the skills to kind of bridge and prevent certain things from becoming too overpowered, in theory that could work. The problem is
fight while
that
doing a
in
podcast.
theory it doesn't work, you know? Like, you could solve heal stacking by changing the ability. Like, you could solve so many problems, but you could also create so many
Why did
problems.
I accept
So
another duel? I'm not fighting another person in this city. It's too much.
I think.
Goddamn Maxwell, bro. Got him though.
If they.
Yeah.
If
I can't
they
beat
kind
Beefy.
of-
He just shields. I can't get through it.
Yeah, if they kind of I don't know why they haven't split PvP and Battle Spirit. I don't know.
I know
why they
you're on
don't
a full
promote
dueling
just,
build, Beefy.
like-
You don't need to remind me.
But if now I've lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
What you're saying is that
Sorry,
We're,
bro,
we're
yeah.
flexing egos right now.
Yeah,
They are coming to
egos.
duelists,
Fuck
bro.
egos.
If they split PvP and just were able to adjust the tooltips on sets, I think that would be the best way of doing it. But they haven't done it in 10 years, so they probably won't.
I'll just believe it when I see it. Yeah, at this point.
Imagine if the
I don't
generic
have
heals still stack.
I don't have a lot of high hopes for it. Honestly, like, and plus, it's all being sold like this is a test. If it doesn't go well, then like they're not gonna like go forward with it. Well, then like, if it doesn't go well, then it's just longer of no content, nothing done this year at all. Still no performance increases, because like we've been down this road before as a community. We've done performance tests in the past, like the no proc, stat-based ones, the like the sustain nerfing tests, whatever the fuck that was called. I don't remember what they called it, but like we've done tests from the past, and it led to nothing, and it accounted to nothing. So I don't think there's enough goodwill too for like to convince even the PvP community to come back to test their game as like their main content feature for the year. That sounds very unappealing. The idea of new skills is cool, but what if they're mid and they replace all your other abilities that you come to know and love? And I think that's a huge problem, and they really need to lock the fuck in if they want to do this and like talk to the PvP community, because like honestly, you're like, yeah, you need to talk to the veteran players for this shit, because we're the only ones left doing it. And the new people don't know what the fuck they're talking about, so
Alright, let's
can't get any good information from them. 'Cause they don't
I thought we
know
were
what
gonna
they're
do
doing.
a BG.
let's go into some Q&A. If you guys have questions from your chat, if you just want to read them out, because I don't have all the chats up.
All right, Q&A
Andrew
time.
said something a while ago. He was ragging on me about not being able to bring up. Let me see if I can find it. Probably not, since I disconnected from the internet like 6 or 7 times. He said 3 easy fixes. Step 1, stop health-based heals. Step 2, stop healing of the same type stacking. Example, Echoing Vigor. And step 3, change Nice Layer so it's not Oblivion damage. That's what Andrew wanted. He really wanted me to get that out there.
I mean, all those sound good. I mean, I don't really
Yeah.
know much about the Nice Layer thing, but like, sure.
Yeah. Anything health-based is kind of stupid.
Albert DC, what's your question, bro? Did he had a
Let's hear
question?
I've got a question. Why are we still playing ES?
Yeah, I don't know,
Because it
dude.
pays my rent.
Hey, that's
There you
valid,
go.
bro. That's a valid point.
Based fucking take. There you
It's a
go.
better
It
answer
pays my
than-
rent. Yeah, it supplements my income. There you go, dude.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Man, I gotta get out of ESO before I end up like that. I don't want to have to rely on ESO like that.
Oh, I don't
Hey,
rely
this-
on it. It improves my life. It helps my family. And fucking hell yeah, I
Mm.
do other shit other than
great.
this.
Really,
I
it
respect it, bro.
really just-
I respect
it
it.
just-
I respect the grind, bro. I respect the hustle.
It really helps
Helps me too.
feed Pain's foot addiction. That's all. it
Yeah,
really
dude, I
is.
have a lot of subs I gotta pay for. You know what I'm saying?
Hi, Beefy.
E-man, when
hey,
are you starting yours?
I what?
Shit. Your
Hey,
OnlyFans.
Payne, I do have a question.
Alright, hit me.
Did you know about a book called Pain in the Axe?
No, but there's a weapon in some game called Pan the Axe, and no, I didn't get it from that.
There is a book called Pain in the Axe, a divorced ex's small town romance.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh God, really? Is it written
Oh,
about me?
yeah.
Number 2 Lumberjack's book.
Okay. So
I
like,
feel-
I don't get it. Like
A little bit
you
of
think I
lumberjack
got, like, shit
romance
from
going
that?
on here.
Not
Yeah, I'm
part
the
of
farthest
genius
thing from a
the
fucking-
enemy.
I'm the
Okay,
farthest.
so
I'm a city boy,
here we
bro.
go.
So like, yeah.
Oh, so it's a revenge story about a woman murdering her ex.
Oh, well, she didn't get me, bro. I'll tell you that. I'm still cooking. Look at me. I got that pulse.
Did no one hate
do we have
ESO?
questions?
That no one hates ESO more than ESO players?
I don't have questions, but I have statements from my community. Like Streak said, stop putting PvE and PvP in one pot and trying to balance them both at the same time. I agree with that too. The battle spirit's been there forever. It ain't done nothing with it. We mentioned it earlier. Nothing
Alright.
happens
Yeah.
with
All
battle
right, Chad.
spirit
Let's
anymore.
keep the questions
There should be
about
more of it.
ESO. All right, not like super
General
personal.
question.
Oh yeah, I don't mind.
It was
dude,
a
like,
Q&A,
say
I
whatever
like
you
it.
want. I'm open about everything. So yeah.
Let me throw you guys a general question. So, from what I understand, the developers are trying to give more insight as to things that they're thinking about, like this big Cyrodiil change. Do you prefer that when they tell, like, do you prefer knowing about ideas that they're conceptually thinking about, but they really don't have planned out? Or would you rather they come to the community when they have something more fleshed out and say, hey, this is when it's going to go on PTS?
For me personally, it depends. If they're going to tell us really early on and then listen to the community's feedback and then that shapes their direction forward, sure, that's fine. If they're going to tell us information way before and then not listen to feedback, then what's the point? You're just giving the community things to speculate on and it has no real value. So that's
Yeah,
my
if they have us collect all the do all the feedback, collect it all, only for it to go like into the abyss, then like they should just wait until they have fucking more concrete details to actually talk about. If they actually care and want to like really take in what people have to say, they should bring it out early and like fucking float ideas out there. Do like some kind of polling. RuneScape does
Yeah.
polling for all their updates, and it's not perfect, but it seems like they actually get like a good input straight from their community. They have like in-game like polling fucking stations where you can like vote on different content ideas and like what kind of rewards it should have, and it's actually pretty intricate. It's pretty good. And I think they required like a 75% like yes vote for them to go forward with anything. Maybe it's 70% now. I don't really remember, but like
Voting.
again, it's not perfect, but it seemed to work for them, and they're like they're the top 3 MMOs right now. So I mean, something to think about. I guess doesn't mean they're gonna do it. Just an idea, I guess.
I also think Zosh should realize that the percentage of people that use the forums of communication in this game is tiny.
Yes, true.
They,
need to
Wow,
start
they,
yeah.
form-
they
You
need
have
to
to be invited to the
leverage-
forums these days, I think, which is also a problem in
yeah,
itself. It
you
creates an
need
echo chamber.
they need.
I
some
don't
kind
even
of-
get access to the forums. I can't get an account. They won't give me one.
Yeah, you have to be invited by them to be on the forums somehow. I don't even know how to do that, honestly. Like, for
Yeah,
it to
so
happen.
like
If you're
I've
just playing
had
the game,
stuff I've
no idea.
wanted to complain about or like bring up to them. I've even found bugs. I can't report on them though because I don't got no forum account.
Yeah, you have to do it through like in-game reports, and that just goes to nowhere most of
And
the time.
I never get a
So-
response back. They tell
Yeah.
me that they got the ticket confirmation, then I sent something in. I never get a response back. I've gotten one response back, or two rather. That was like when I first started playing ESO. I submitted a support ticket because I got stuck in a wall and I didn't know how to get out. And then the second one was we reported someone and they got back to us and told us that they banned them.
Yeah, like
Those,
exactly.
those
There's
were
no
the only
real
two
good-
times they got back to me. And I've submitted how many tickets in my life?
Yeah.
Your best bet
Like I'm not
now,
even
I
going to
would say, is
interact with it
Twitter.
anymore. I'm
I
not
would
gonna
usually
use
your
it.
best bet to get an answer. Just tag the
No,
fucking
and
I
pesto.
think they should just utilize
that's the problem.
in-game
Yeah.
communication.
Yeah.
No, they should. But
Yeah.
right now, currently, for your average person, is just tagging Elder Scrolls on like Twitter and
I
hoping
mean,
for the best. It's probably you'll get an actual response from that. Like
if
maybe.
they can pop up on my screen Crown Store items and shit, they can pop up some kind of communication when you log in.
well,
Yeah.
the thing is, I think they know exactly what people are saying in the community. Like, time is precious. Is saying they want
don't
players
think
to play their game. They should really listen to the community. They've been so out of touch. It seems like that, but I'm 100% sure that they've listened to everything that we've said, and they're active in listening and just hearing us.
I think yeah.
They just aren't putting those changes into effect. And when we ask them why, they get mad, and we don't know why they're mad.
Because if you go against what they're doing, you're now the enemy. A lot of
Ju-
times.
just remember.
I know
that.
they don't like
Just
being
remember.
told what to do, but we're giving them feedback. That's not telling them what to do.
Nobody likes being told what to do.
I think the
but
biggest
if you're
thing-
a company and a business, you are responsible for your base. Like you are beholden to your customers and your base of people because
Yeah.
without them, you don't have a company because the company's made out of people. And if you don't have people paying into the company, you're not going to have people at the company. So yeah, they should be listening to fucking people. I mean, they're the
That's-
people paying for their
And
fucking
I
product.
think they do.
So,
They just
yeah.
don't do anything with the information
Well,
they get.
there's no point of listening if they're not going to do anything with
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Out of
That's the whole
touch is
point,
like
right?
the way I would put it, bro. Just out of touch. Like I think the biggest thing, like a lot of the like you said, like the leading combat devs. Like I wonder, like would it be a bad idea for like some of the leading combat devs to actually like play the game and see what the meta is, and like actually like invest time, like a little bit more time in
I'd
like
love to
playing
see
this
Brian
game
Wheeler play a mag sword.
and like seeing what the
It-
meta is and seeing like what people running to your deal like that. Like they could be very frustrating players and stuff.
Like you don't have to be a good game player to be a good dev, but
Yeah.
it certainly fucking helps if you are good at your game that you work on. Like it phenomenally probably helps a lot more than would if you learned, right?
Especially in a game like ESO, where yeah, you can get a lot of important information from a spreadsheet, but a lot of it is the tiny little actions that skilled players take that drastically change the way things work. And
Yep.
I just don't think he understands the game enough to understand those nuances.
Biggest thing
I
I could
disagree with you
compare it
there.
to.
I think he does understand the game. It just didn't fucking show it all in that battleground.
And
You
that's
guys
what I
wish
don't
have
could
to
have
believe
been a
me.
picture together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've met
Yeah.
him multiple times. I've talked to him. I had great conversations with him about things. And
I'm not doubting he
yeah,
understands a lot
I
about
know
the game, but I don't think he
Yeah.
understands the game from a veteran player's aspect. I don't
No,
think
probably
he
not.
knows.
You're right.
Understands it very
No,
well from like
but-
an analytical perspective, like the
yeah.
numbers and whatnot. I think he's really good at, especially because I've talked to him too. And when you talk to him, you get a sense that he's very numbers based. And I'm curious what you guys think about this because I've always, so like I do golden vendor reviews every Friday, and one of the biggest advice is like, should you buy like this, monster helmet? And I'm always like, well, you could just run the dungeon. So at one point I did a poll. 40% of my audience at one point had never done a dungeon ever. And this is a poll that
Wow.
got over 1,000 votes. So sometimes when I have to take a step back and think like, how many ESO players are doing the things that I do? Because when I started to play ESO, like I got into it because I did every side quest, every main story quest, and then I just jumped into PvP. Didn't give a shit about farming dungeons, didn't care about trials, arenas, whatever. My brother, he came from World of Warcraft. He just went straight into Cyrodiil, didn't do any quests, no zone stories, never even played Skyrim. So I think every ESO player is so different that it can be sometimes hard to try to capture like what does the average ESO player do. But I think too from the developer's perspective, they shouldn't be going, oh well, 40% of the audience hasn't done a dungeon yet. They need to encourage people to then shift into that content. And I think that's probably why they focused a lot on things like Infinite Archive and Battlegrounds, is because they saw that they were like lukewarmly popular, like conceptually. But veteran players don't really have a huge interest in the Battlegrounds refresh. But I think that there was a lot of interest from a newer player's perspective. Because I had asked my audience, like, hey, do you guys like Battlegrounds or Cyrodiil more? New and returning players love Battlegrounds. It's got objectives, it's team-based, it's short, it's easy to know where to go. Cyrodiil is overwhelming, it's confusing, they don't know what to do. But the problem is that they need to bridge the gap between taking those BG players into Cyrodiil, and then taking those Infinite Archive players into Trials. And that's where I think that the missing step is from development currently.
I also think Zos has a problem with how a lot of people get into PvP in this game too. I feel like for the majority of people starting this game, they're not buying it for PvP. They're buying it for other reasons. And I feel like the average player kind of does PvE, does quests, does all that kind of stuff for the first year or two. By that stage, they're, 800 CP and they've got gold gear, and then they go into Battlegrounds or Cyrodiil and get their ass handed to them. They didn't get that progression through no CP, not no CP, below 50s BGs and that kind of stuff. They're kind of just jumping in the deep end and then wondering why they can't swim, kind of thing.
Yeah, there's no you're right. There's no like really easy path for progression for new people. Yeah, that
There
should be
is no
addressed.
good
I
guide
mean,
or
there is. It's just
It's
getting
not a great one, though.
negated. Yeah, it's just
It's
getting
old.
negated. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just way too old and unupdated.
I feel like a lot
If
of
you don't
ES
water a plant, what happens to it? It fucking dies. So like
facts.
you gotta water your plant.
Yeah,
So
they
you
freaking
can
have
see
to
it.
rely
What's
on
your
the
age
content creators.
demographics on YouTube? Because my average age on YouTube, I think, is like 41 or 42 years old.
yeah, I
which
was
is
about to say that.
ridiculous to me.
30 to 50 in that range.
Mine's a
I don't
bit
know.
younger. I
Check
think
mine forever.
mine's like 25 to 35 or something, I think.
Basically, Ninja put it best when we were looking at our demographics one night. He's like, think about the kind of ESO players you're getting on your channel, and probably the people that play ESO, just like the average player. They're that dad that gets home from work and just hops onto their MMO to just game after they get home from
And
work.
this is another reason why Twitch numbers are so bad with ESO, because the older people don't use Twitch like younger people do.
Like, yeah, compared to like if you, I know it's Steam charts, but if you look at a game that has like Sea of Thieves, for example, has the same concurrent Steam chart players as like ESO, right? I know it's been out a lot longer and stuff, but it still has way more viewers than something like ESO, which is spread equally across all the platforms as well, but just doesn't have as much engagement with its content creator or community side of things. Even though it's an MMO, and you'd think because it's an MMO, more people would be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna." But they've kind of made us enjoy being really solo and just not looking to go out and meet new people. They've kind of done that. They've marketed
As
it that way.
competitive.
It does well
Like, if
during
you
the
look
big
at the top
launches.
games, like,
Go ahead, Jake.
but like people don't want to watch people do like daily crafting writs. Like if you're not an ESO player and you don't want to interact with an ESO streamer, you're not gonna like hop onto a stream and be like, oh, this person's doing like daily crafting writs or just chat, or maybe they're even doing a dungeon. I feel like that content just isn't as interesting to young people as like PvP is. That's why I was so excited to see how well ESO did during the streaming event. I know that was one of the topics that you guys had covered earlier, but for better or for worse, there was quite a few people watching ESO that day that had never watched ESO before. Like, I think even before, like, even concurrently when, Brian Wheeler was streaming, I had like 300 concurrent viewers, and that was the highest that I had ever been for any ESO Twitch drop event. And they were not people who were native ESO, people. They were people who were like, oh, there's a PvP event going on. Like, let me see it. I think PvP is just inherently more interesting. And that's what gave me some hope from the BG live stream. I mean, there was a lot of disastrous points in it, but it did show that ESO PvP is interesting to a wider audience. It put us in the top 20 categories on Twitch. And that is a pretty big incentive to try to do it again, but do it again in a way that makes sense and hopefully also allows for more people to join. Because it was literally like, oh, you're in the content creator program, and there's this BG thing in like 4 days. Can you put together a team? And I'm like, oh fuck, like let me see who's available on a random Wednesday. So like, I understand the time constraints, but it was a really tight turnaround.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
it just
that
sucks too that
kinda
people are looking
showed.
at PvP for the first time. They got to see
Yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah.
that's also the problem.
Really
It's
not a
like
good look.
That's why they should have handled it better. Like, yeah, I got a lot of views, but I would argue that stream did more damage than good. And honestly, like even judging from like people in my community who PvP'd a lot, they're like, dude, like that shit made me like not even want to play. Like I fucking unsubbed.
Yep.
I unsubbed the game. Like fuck this. Like actually, I got a lot of that from. And my community is mainly PvP players. So like It made people probably play less PvP than fucking anything else. You know what I mean? And
No,
that's like that's the
I had
problem.
a
A
lot
lot of
of
people saw it, sure, but a lot of people have a good opinion of it. Probably no, which means less people are actually gonna like follow through and do that content later on
I
because they're
think
like, oh, this is fucking ass or whatever.
I think the best advice I'll give Zos, if they do this again, and they should do this again, have Wheeler on and have him talk about the things that he's good at. Numbers. Numbers can be interesting to a lot of people. Like, play to his strengths. Don't throw him in the deep end and expect him to be able to fucking.
You have to handle
Yeah,
a lot
have him
too on that stream. I
play,
feel like.
They
manage a
honestly,
stream,
they
and a
honestly would have
team
had a
as
better
someone who doesn't
time.
stream much. Like,
They
bro,
honestly
like,
would have had a better time if they put Wheeler below 50 BGs instead of CP BGs.
All they needed
Yeah,
was
but
Having
Gina.
him do the
They-
analytic stuff is a good idea because like he
they-
is great with analytics.
Yeah.
Like he knows like what are the most popular sets, what's the most common set in Cyrodiil. Like he knows the analytical statistical data.
And if he started sharing some of that with us, I would love it. I fucking would love it. I mean, maybe more than a lot of people, but that kind of stuff really interests me.
yeah, it's fun. Like I
yeah.
remember when I was in Amsterdam, fucking they were doing a little early like before the game came out, like presentation of just like the development of Cyrodiil. And he was up there like showing like the very initial concepts of like videos of them working on Cyrodiil, like getting them, you know how when the keep walls fall down and stuff, getting that to work, and like the first time they got that to like lock in, and it was really cool. It was really fun to see that shit, like the like before and afters of like how the shit was built. It was a lot of fun to watch. But they could have been doing stuff like that with like battlegrounds or like just really anything. Just put the POV on a fucking sweat lord who's gonna slay the enemies and kick ass. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like that's
And
what
just
people
have
want to see.
Yeah.
Like
just
they were
have-
saying, like the whole point,
It
like
is what
it was like
people wanna
not
see.
showcase. Like you don't have to be a sweat to play. Fuck that, dude. People are tuning into Twitch to watch someone fucking slay somebody, dude. They're there to fucking see somebody rip and tear motherfuckers
Why,
apart.
yeah, why do you
Yeah.
think that one trailer for High Isle with that Breton dude Xing the main alliance characters went viral, dude? It's one dude freaking outnumbered fighting three freaking people. It's cool.
Yeah, you're talking about the CGI one or the gameplay one?
The CGI one.
Yeah, well,
Like
I
it went
hate
viral.
Their ass.
I
That's
know.
that's
I
what
hate
was
that shit.
talking
It's not even
about.
gameplay. Who gives a fuck? You know, people go crazy about the CGI fucking non-gameplay trailers look so cool. I want to see gameplay, motherfucker. I want to see some goddamn gameplay.
I'm telling you though, that's what people want. They want to see the outnumbered stuff.
Yeah,
Yep,
good
and
They
gameplay.
can see
And
that if they
Zos.
put a sweat in there, they go. "Fuck."
Zos, you've basically just been told how to do a good BG live stream. Have
Yeah.
Gina host the thing. Have
trailer.
Wheeler there. Have a couple people that know what they're doing and have their screens visible on the stream. Gina can ask Wheeler questions. Wheeler can fucking show his knowledge base, and
I think that would be a great idea. Actually,
Yeah, it'd be
It
fun.
would be-
It would
I
show
mean-
it in such a better light.
and
So
and
that's
and
all
this
we
is
wanna do.
and this is the thing that Zos needs to understand, though, right? This won't fix everything. This will start to build the relationship again. It's not going to fix things overnight. You got to understand that people are still going to be pissed, but it is a step in the right direction. And over time, if you make enough of these steps in the right direction, the community will come back around.
Yeah, you gotta garner goodwill for them to, get some of that appreciation. You won't get all of it back, but you'll get some of it back. that's all
And
you
the
wanna try
thing
to do.
is, right? Zos can say we're being unfair all they want, but at the end of the day, they don't have goodwill with most of the player base.
Doesn't
and
fucking matter.
that's
Yeah,
just-
we're your customers.
Yeah,
Like,
and
you
it
gotta
doesn't
buy
I
matter.
haven't
what your
renewed my
customers
ESO
want.
Plus yet. I'm still mad.
It just doesn't matter if you think the reasons behind it are fair or not. It doesn't matter. The community feels one way. You need to rebuild that. And
Let me-
yeah,
let me ask you this,
I mean,
Jake.
if
Do
you
you feel
wanna-
like they make a lot of money off of content, or like is it really like in their best interest to focus on content, whether PVE content or the role play content? There's actually a big role play and PVE community. Bigger, it's like honestly, PvP is probably like what 1%. You know, like the actual PvP veterans, stuff like that. Like compared to like
Yeah,
the
no.
PvP event had like ended, I had asked like, "Hey, do you guys plan to do this again?" And the response was yes. But I think that was like directly afterwards when a lot of
Yeah.
people were still feeling decently positive about it.
Yeah.
I think that if you put a plan to them, especially because the release window for the next like season is not going to happen until April. I think because a lot of what they're talking about now is doing like guild events, housing tours like contests, like maybe some dungeon, like competitive type stuff. I think if you gave them like a solid plan for how to run a PvP event, they would do it. But I think they want something that's not going to be divisive at all because they don't want to cause a further divide. Because at the end of the
And-
day, like from a business perspective, it's easier to just be like, we'll just do a housing contest because
Yeah.
Yeah.
people that are going to tune in for that are not going to complain. They're just going to be happy to see it. So I want to present something to them that would be like easy, very digestible, because I do think PvP sells on Twitch. Because unless Twitch drops are enabled and there's like a really good Twitch drop, I'll have more people watching on YouTube because we're attracting that older audience that just wants to watch on YouTube. They don't give a shit about a Twitch drop. They don't really even care half the time what you're doing. But when you start getting into that like competitive PvP that like people can understand, or even if they don't understand it, they're just watching like keep walls getting blown down and there's like hundreds of people on screen. They're like, yeah, this is interesting. Like, I'm going to watch this. Versus like if I streamed a housing contest, I'm not going to increase the audience reach of ESO in that moment. So I think it'll depend, but I do think that there is a very good possibility in this content gap from January to April to have something good. Well, I mean, minus the new Q1 dungeon update, which we're getting, but I mean, that'll just be, hey, here's the new dungeon.
Maybe
Go farm it.
get the next part of what Eman asked too is like the monetization. Like, do you think they can make money off PvP? Absolutely,
Oh.
they can make money off PvP.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not pay to win.
It would be so easy to make money off of PvP.
I'll give this
and
one
you could
to
do it in a
Zos.
way that would be
Yeah.
fucking. If it was done right, if they actually like implemented like, I'm gonna sound cringe here, because people get triggered whenever I say it. But if you actually implemented a battle pass that respected your time and like had good value and like good value proposition into it, people would fucking buy that shit. And people would be doing PvP to go out and enjoy it and get all that fucking stuff from it, dude. People
Here's our
fucking
battle pass
hate
right here,
battle
please.
passes because they fucking don't respect your time. They expire and they have fucking a bunch of dog shit, and then nobody gives a fuck about them, bro. They don't hate battle passes because they're battle passes. They hate battle passes because companies fucking run them like fucking.
They ain't done
morons.
right.
You know,
They ain't
they're not
done as
right.
good as they can be.
Exactly. They
I-
could
I
do
mean-
something
I
like
mean-
that and call it whatever the fuck they want. I'm sure people.
They
would
have
be down
golden
for that.
pursuits, but
Golden Pursuits is it's mid. I mean, it's okay 'cause it's free. Who gives a fuck?
Come on,
But
come on.
They
This,
could do a
this
lot
is-
better than that. It wouldn't. It would have to be a lot better than Golden Pursuits if they're gonna charge people money for it.
This.
You know?
Well, it would have to be over 3 to 6 months worth of stuff too, not like, hey, do this over a week or hey, do this over 3 weeks. So it'd have to be like, here's 6 months worth of things to do. I think if they would do it, they would copy Fallout 76's model.
Yeah, the
Interestingly
little
though,
route
Fallout
thing that you have to go through.
76.
Yep. I know what you're talking
Zos-
about.
Fallout 76 has less concurrent players than ESO though, so I don't know if they would copy that system, but I do know that it seems like Bethesda is pushing Fallout 76. So there is a real possibility that it's
probably
more
because the
successful
Fallout
because-
show is being really like going really
Well,
hard
the-
right
the
now.
thing
That's
that's
kind of died
hard-
out.
So
But-
Zos could just do siege skins. There you go. That's $1 million idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you
Like-
think about it though, I don't know what your
Stuff,
guys' viewership numbers are. Like I have more unique viewers right now for ESO content than ever before, but the ESO numbers on Steam are just slightly higher than last month. But I also know that they gave out like you could get like the game for free on their website, which doesn't use the Steam launcher. You could play it on the Epic storefront for free. So I feel like I wish that they would release the actual numbers because I'm just genuinely
It would be
curious.
too
They won't
embarrassing
release it.
for them.
I know that they never
Yeah.
would. I know that
It'd be
it's
too
completely
embarrassing for them.
unreasonable and it would be horrible. But like, I want to know like how many ESO players there are playing
Dude,
because
let's
then
be-
it would
let's be
be
generous,
nice to
dude.
know like what's happening.
It'd be
mean,
nice.
ESO
Yeah,
is
it'd be
at
interesting to see.
real quick. 9.8K is the last time I looked, like about like a few days ago for ESO on the average player base. Well, we could be generous and double that. Maybe that's like 18K, right? Fucking, if you go to Old School RuneScape's website right fucking now, I'm gonna do that right now. This is another MMO that's been out for 11 years now. There's 112,000 people playing, so that means it's roughly about like a little about 10% of the population. Kind of like a little bit less. Yeah, about a little less than 10% of the population of fucking RuneScape. And this is also an 11-year. Also, RS is an 11-year-old MMO, and this is what happens when you do 11 years of good decision making.
Hang on,
You fucking
RuneScape's
have that
only
kind of-
11 years old.
Well, Old School RuneScape is.
Oh,
So like RuneScape is confusing. 'cause
Came
there's
out the same-
RSGB,
around the
which
same
is, like,
time.
the real RuneScape, That came out 20 years ago, and they did the Evolution Combat, which changed up how the combat worked fundamentally. Everybody quit. So like in response, like after a year or so, they re-released the old school version of it and called it Old School RuneScape, and that came out 11 years ago. Just a little bit of history there. So it's a year older than ESO, and
Alright.
they have fucking the ESO is like 10, roughly, just round down, 10% of the fucking player base of OSRS.
It's potentially just on PC. This doesn't. I mean, when I had asked,
Yeah. Well,
when
I'm
I asked Rich
doubling it to
Lambert, like,
account
what's the
for
most?
all that other stuff.
Yeah, you
the
have to
Steam
remember
charts.
that PlayStation apparently is the #1 played console for mega servers, and that makes sense because the PlayStation is the most popular console worldwide. Like, because, like, if you look at some of your guys' like number, at least I look at the demographic numbers. Like, I have more people who watch me from like Brazil than I do from like Canada, because there's so many people from like these European countries, these South American countries, and they're all PlayStation players.
Are you
So
talking
I
about
do
on
think that
Twitch?
the
I can attest
numbers.
to that. I was on PlayStation 5. It was pretty loaded. Like it was hard to get into Cyrodiil some nights. I don't know about now though. From what I've heard, it looks like it's at least for
Is that
PvP.
number
It's
coming
not
from
as
Twitch though,
popular.
or YouTube? The Brazilian, because Twitch
Number for
is
me is
actually
from YouTube,
okay.
but the
I was gonna say it's
PlayStation
Twitch,
being the
which is more
highest
popular
is
in
when I
North
asked
America.
Rich. I was like, which number is like which mega server is the largest? And he said it goes PlayStation, PC, Xbox for like mega server, like,
Well,
size.
actually, for the mega servers on PlayStation, another big problem that I had on PlayStation was the bots. It's so easy to duplicate and make a new account on PlayStation that it just if he was just talking about numbers, yeah, PlayStation by a long shot would be the largest. Because you'd have entire troves of like 200 plus bots stacked on top of each other, running around killing mud crabs on
And
the beaches.
that's how they
What?
get that crazy 150 million player account.
That's what I'm
shit.
thinking too.
Yeah,
Like they
bots.
don't have the bots. The bots are crazy. If that's why the mega servers for PlayStation were so high, it's because you go to Canarthy's Roost right now. I promise you, there's at least 3 or 4 groups of bot farming bots on the beach killing mud crabs. Just
I've seen it
existing.
on Xbox. They do that
I'll
too.
run the
Actually,
restroom.
Yeah,
Right back.
it's bad on PlayStation because of how easy it is to get access to ESO. You just need one account. You just need one account with ESO on it, and then you can make infinite. You can just make new accounts and just it's so easy. It's so
Alright,
easy
Say
to
though, there's
share.
another stat that I find that's interesting though. So a lot of like content creators for ESO have taken a break, and like on YouTube this month. So on YouTube this month, I have 219,000 unique viewers. So those are individual YouTube accounts that have watched ESO content. 219,000 people. That's where I think the ESO numbers are probably closer, like 100 to 200,000, like concurrent players, which is not like a crazy amount, but it's not like the doom and gloom numbers. Because like there could be people that are hate watching, like don't get me wrong, that are just like, hey, let's see like what's going on, whatever. I just want to stay updated. But I also guarantee you that not every ESO player watches a single one of my videos over the December month. But that is the number, 219,000.1K unique viewers for ESO, and that's where I think that the numbers on Steam are a bit skewed.
Yeah, but someone watching a video doesn't mean they play the game at all, though. That's the other
Yeah,
thing.
Sawman still keeps up with ESO content, but he doesn't play the game.
Yeah, I mean, there's half of my YouTube channel are full of ex ESO. So they still
I see
watch
people in my
videos.
chat all the time, and when I go to hang out on E-Man stream, I see people all the time in his chat saying, "Oh, I don't play ESO, but I like watching it."
Yeah.
It's true, but I also don't. I do a lot of like, update like vendor reviews, best farming spots for New Life. Like, if you're not playing ESO, you're not gonna watch, those types of specific videos.
Yeah.
So that's
potentially
where
not.
like companion, like what's the best companion? Like I don't think people who are like just
None of
hate
them.
keeping up with ESO are gonna watch those.
Well, guys, it's getting on. Do we have anything final we want to say or do?
At the end of the day, just fix performance. I know you've been working on it forever, but like, please, the servers,
Hang on. I gotta start.
the servers have literally crashed and burned. I need help.
Yeah, they definitely need to fix performance. So
That's my number one complaint. I don't really care about much else.
you even want me to say this on stream, but Cal Yami. There you go. There you have it, chat.
I guess I gotta say is that you guys are pretty cool, and I appreciate y'all for spending. How long were we talking? Like 2.5 hours or something? 2 hours?
Yeah, about that.
2
Two
hours?
and a half hours.
Yeah,
Half
appreciate
hours.
you guys spending a couple hours just fucking chilling and chatting with us. I appreciate y'all.
I'll be uploading this to YouTube too, so if you miss some, feel free to check over there in the next few days.
Good, I can go play a
Say
drinking
too,
game
like,
for every
for-
time I fucking said something stupid.
Thank you
E-man's
very
gotta run
much,
around
Jake, for
naked.
stopping by.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah,
still
I
do
would
that.
say too, like, if people have suggestions for PvP, like, I don't know, JTK, if you've been telling people we're trying to create like an actual physical, detailed list of specific changes, because I think that, I could send it right to them, and I don't know if Pain in the Axe had mentioned it earlier, because I didn't see the whole stream, is that they're trying
We
to
did.
do a.
I did mention it.
Okay.
Yeah, we
briefly
brought
earlier.
up
Did
the
you say that
Discord,
they're
yeah.
doing a PvP roundtable too?
I don't
They're
fucking know.
trying to like. Okay.
Ah,
So
who
apparently
fucking
that they
knows?
want to do that.
They said they
after the
want to do a
holiday
talk.
period is
Yeah,
over.
they want to say they might want to do a talk. Will they actually fucking do it? I don't know, dude. you know?
I don't think
Yeah,
if they would say it and then not do it. I mean, if
they
they
wanna
said
ping
round
me,
table, so like
ping
Jake,
us.
they've said they're fixing performance for 10 years in
Yeah.
a row.
I don't fucking.
yeah, but this is
Seriously.
different because
Yeah.
this is just like joining a
Nah.
call with a bunch of
Different.
people to hear
It's different
ideas.
this time, guys. It's different.
Well, it's conceptually
Shit
different
sticks.
because one of them is like a hardware thing. One of them is just, hey, send some people to go listen to some people's ideas. Now, will they listen to them? That's a whole other conversation. But I don't think that they would say, hey, let's do this, and then just not follow through with it, at least to the level of like, we're going to talk to you guys about it. Because if not, it's like, well, what's the point of like getting everybody excited for all these changes? Because like everybody there had
It
started
keeps
to
people
list off like
engaged
a
in the
bunch of
game.
different ideas.
It's the same thing with like Ashes of Creation. Yeah, all that hype or like we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Please stick around. It's keeping people engaged. If that's what Zosa's trying to do, they're doing a good job though.
If they ping me and say they want to talk about it, I'll talk about it. Until then, I'm gonna just do me, bro.
I'll
I'm gonna
happily
do me.
I
talk
feel
about
you.
it too.
Yeah, I'm gonna do me and focus on what I want to do.
I think
Those
it's
ones
only
are
it's
respect.
only fair that Gina sits down and listens to us, saying that she's seen my ass. I think that's only fair.
Bro, yeah.
I don't
You
know
guys
if
don't know that
Gina's
story,
the
huh?
right person. I think it should be like Brian, Rich. I mean, Gina is great
I'm
to listen,
just,
but like
I'm
she's
just
not,
joking, dude.
Yeah.
It's gotta
But,
have to
like,
be rich. It's gotta be rich.
I think Brian is
I'm
actually. I
calling
think
Trump,
he's
dude.
analytical enough to
He's gonna
know.
solve it.
Yeah, I reckon Reelo would be fine to talk about some of this stuff.
Because you could say like, hey, just throwing an idea out there. We should have battle spirit make shields 5% weaker, whatever. Just something random. He could probably give you an analytical response as to what that would change, how that would affect the current sets that they see in Cyrodiil. I think the biggest problem though with the devs is that I feel like, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, it seems like they used to play ESO a lot, but now they don't seem to play it as much anymore. Do you get that impression where like, the
I mean,
meta
that's
yeah.
definitely
PvP used
true.
to feel very
Definitely.
fluid, but also too like you're asking them to be like play a
Well-
game, like develop a game, go home, play that game, for 10 years probably would be a pretty, hard
Yeah.
ass. But I feel like you could feel when they were actively like in Cyrodiil or playing the game.
Well,
you
that should
could
be part
feel
of
it,
like what they do, though.
Blackwood.
Like should they, I feel like they should be part of like the job of developing a game is playing the game, like at least spend an hour playing the game, like in the job, like at like
Yeah, like
I
5
mean, you
hours a
would
week
hope.
or something, like something.
You would hope. Or
just
Yeah.
so
something.
you
I
can.
don't know. Yeah.
And like, but this
don't
is
know.
the things that irritate me, right? It was when they were getting DDoSed, and I was on the forums talking to one of the mods about it, and he puts a post up that is fixed, and it's like you literally could have went to Twitch to double check. You could have went and seen your game not performing right, but they didn't. Like, I don't know. I feel like they've got a lot of resources at their fingertips, and they just don't use them. And I don't know.
Well, that being said,
what happens,
thanks for fucking
especially with the
chatting with us, guys.
seasons.
I think we're gonna keep
Yeah.
rambling, going on about the same things. We're
Yeah,
just,
no,
like, being-
we'll wrap things up.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
wrap
for sure.
things up.
Yeah.
I
gotta go to the gym.
definitely, I definitely want to
Too.
do this. I definitely want to do this again. I don't
Yeah.
know, maybe 6 weeks time or something.
Sure.
No, how about we do it next year, like we did like the last one?
Next year. Oh yeah, next year. Yeah, I'll see you
The
guys
last
next
one we
year.
Did was like a year ago, dude. So
Yeah.
fucking, it's nice to do this again, bro. I'll see you guys next
Yeah,
year.
we'll do
dude.
it tomorrow.
Yeah, see it. Yeah,
Yeah,
do it
fuck.
tomorrow, yeah.
Alright.
see you
I'm
guys
gonna
2
rate.
hours,
Are
right?
you staying live, E-man?
Probably for like a little bit. I like
All right, well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we
rate
gotta-
over to you.
burn 1 or
I'm
2
gonna
BGs.
go chill out for a little bit. Thanks for watching,
Oh.
guys. If you did miss anything, this will be uploaded in the next few days to
Yeah, 'cause
YouTube.
I still want to talk. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Talk to the
There's still
chat.
stuff to
I
say.
know. I
but,
know. There's a lot
you
of
know,
things
time.
chat want to ask me.
Missed like
All right.
half of it. I feel bad. I missed this part of the beginning.
I'm surprised they could get this many people together to talk in the first place. It's hard to organize stuff like this.
Dude, yeah, I'm
Bet, man.
fucking always moving, bro.
Talking about stuff.
All right. Means me and E-Man are still probably gonna play ESO. I don't know for how long he's gonna be on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go chill with the missus for a little bit.
Strictly
I think.
doing
go to the
BGs,
gym.
man. I'm chilling.
You don't want to do
BG's
Black
gonna be
Breach with
really
2 bars of yellow?
Now I don't want to like get into like gonna do run a
It's
couple
too
games.
long PvP. I see how it is. I see how it is. You missed an hour. Listen, like JTK said, he'll have the VOD up, or if you want to go back and watch my point of view, you can too. I don't know if my audio is as good and as
I'm gonna
probably
edit it
JTK is gonna
as
have
well.
it really interesting, yeah, because he's gonna edit it all up and stuff, and it'll look good.
Bite-sized chunks, you know. Make like 10 videos about it, like, you know, a video about each discussion point, like the seasons is one, and then,
Yeah.
you know, like the Cyrodiil is another. You probably could do that, and then, like, you know, do a dedicated video on it, and then, like, your thoughts, everybody else's thoughts, and, like, different chat points would be kind of cool. But that would also be a lot of editing.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
gonna be a lot of editing, full stop, because it's 2.5
Only
hours
2
long.
bars yellow, so no one's there. Plenty of
God.
people are there.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go to the gym. It was cool chilling with y'all.
All right, Payne. Take it easy, bro.
All right.
Fucking E-Man here to meet me there and train me, bro. All right,
Say what?
guys, to get fucking
Oh, yeah.
meet me there and train me. All right,
Oh, for sure. I got you, bro.
yeah,
Sure.
you're gonna fucking
Ugh.
built, dude.
Yeah,
Like a
man.
Fucking goddamn brick.
All
All right, peace, brothers.
right, bro. Take it easy.
Take care, dude.
Even if it wasn't for the whole time period, it's good to hear your delectable voice.
Delectable voice, huh?
And listen, I tune into all your streams. I just usually don't talk, you know, because I don't want to, you know.
I'm
like,
sorry for the
distract from what's
experiences
going
you've
on.
experienced. Goodness gracious, I feel bad for you.
You're
Who?
my go-to
Who stream?
resource for a lot of PvP stuff. And when people say like, "Hey, what build should I use?" I'm always like, "Go watch your videos because you do a better job at breaking down different PvP builds."
I have a lot of fun doing it too. I just haven't cared a lot recently.
Yeah.
Like, I
it's
would have
dope.
loved to be more in depth about the conversations we had tonight, but my mind was in 3 headspaces. The first one was, we're doing a podcast. I've never done a podcast before. The second one is, I'm running a stream as well. I don't really know how to manage a stream and a podcast at the same time. And the third thing is, I'm at the point with ESO where it's like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. I just want them to fix performance. If we fix performance, we're good. But until this game starts working, I don't care about much else. I just want to press a skill in it to work, but it's been like this forever.
Say who's the other voice?
It's hard to have
Chase
the
Clips.
passion like that. Hard to have passion like that anymore.
Too. I did actually. So, E-Man, when I was putting together the group of people to make suggestions, I did put a comment in one of your videos, but I don't know if you ever saw it. I didn't.
You did?
I did try to invite you though. Yeah.
Oh, what? Which?
I don't want you to feel left out. I do
Okay.
find your opinions very credible on things.
Appreciate that. But yeah, man.
Yeah. I've been going. I went down and tried to get everybody that
Before
makes
you enter
really
this
good
village, a
ESO
word with
content,
you.
and you were obviously one of the people. It's just hard to get a hold of people that.
Oh shit!
100%.
Does it have to be good ESO content to be in that?
What?
No. Come on. You spent forever working on like the Horcrux document.
True.
Yeah.
Who's the next exposed person? No, I'm just
I tell you
I
what,
want
it's
to
fun.
be
there was
exposed.
somebody-
I've never been
It's-
exposed before.
It's sanity if he doesn't shut his fucking.
I did see one exposed video about a streamer, ESO streamer. But if you guys saw that Greyguard video,
Oh,
what the hell
mean, that wasn't really exposed video. It was just I'm good at the game.
Yeah,
he's bad at
it
the
was
game.
more troll than anything else, but it wasn't actually.
I
troll.
Like
actually
videos
don't
on
watch
Facebook
that
every day.
many ESO videos, if any. I know what I need to know about the game that I don't need other people's thoughts on it. Something like what Jake Clips does with his golden guides and stuff. Those are clutch because like sometimes I'm not gonna log on to ESO, but I do want to know if there's something I want to pick up.
I
House
tried
item,
doing
by the
those
way,
videos,
like
they
the
just-
companions
Before you enter this
table,
village, a
that's
word with me.
sellable. You can sell that for like $1 million
Stop.
gold right
Before
now
you enter this
on
village, a word
Xbox
with
at
me.
least. From that 5
Oh
companion.
yeah,
house or
I've
whatever it's
grabbed some
called.
furnishings off of things that I've seen.
Yeah.
Like I have
didn't
4
realize-
windmills in my house. I'm still waiting to sell.
Got going
Yeah,
on.
bro, I got a bunch of windmills in my house.
I want to get into housing again, but I need a sugar.
Dude, they'll sell for a lot once you know, they go back in style for a minute, or you know, people they're not on the. Sorry, I'm focusing. Xing.
Oh.
I'm in a BG. Xing.
Yeah, Jake,
The
how
entire
long
red
you
team
been
decided to go up this way.
playing ESO since it came out, Jake?
Not concurrent, like not like consecutively though. Like I would play like I kept a guild trader for my guild for like 3 years, but I probably literally logged in like an hour or 2 a week just to farm gold.
Yeah.
So like it's always hard to say like how long I've played. I've played like I've logged in every so often, you know, over the 10-year period. But what I was doing just depended on like what was going on in my life. Like was I playing art? Was I working? Was I in school? Each thing took off like different amounts of time.
I just friggin' that's been a while since I've done that. I just one-shot heavy attack someone with dual wield. And dual wield, yes. The one that has no heavy attack damage. These guys are bots. I love them.
From the sides!
And I want to like show all the points where he disconnected, and it's gonna line up with him almost dying. You'd be like, isn't it curious that right as he's about to concede,
That would be awesome, man.
screen cuts.
I wish they would like update like IC, like update the Cyrodiil map. Like, well, there's so much potential, like so much untapped potential with IC and like Cyrodiil maps, like,
I know I got a bot lobby, dude.
and or also even like having a PvP zone, like maybe just in the regular zones, like turn on or off PvP, just regular zone. But I know that could probably be a performance thing, but I don't know.
It would be funny to have like a purge
Yeah,
zone.
like imagine like
like-
ESO like
all
actually
the guards got moved out or something because
Yeah.
of the Alliance War or whatever.
Right,
And then you could have like a bunch of mercenary fights.
Imagine some like warfare going on in Cracklorn or something, like just crazy, some skirmishes or something.
It would be
What
crazy.
did Wrath of the Lich King? I never played World of Warcraft, but didn't Wrath of the Lich King do something like that, where it like did something that involved like the towns and like, you know, people were getting like slaughtered by like NPCs or other players or something?
Actually, Sea Break?
They did something like that where like towns were getting invaded. I am excited about them like dropping the hint that like they're gonna not just like revamp the starter zones, like the new like the base game zones, but also like actual events in them. Like, hey, you know, we might host like a. They kept it super vague, but what I suspect it's gonna be is like a super world boss, like a, you know, like 100 million raid
Yeah.
boss that just spawns in like Deshaun or something, and then
Yeah.
everybody has to go over and kill it. I feel like
They
more
had
stuff
those
like
in
that.
be
Guild
cool.
Wars too, I think.
You know what else, Jake, I think would be really cool is like if some of us, I mean, it doesn't have to be me, but if us just had a chat with us. Because I think a lot of the time they see us as the enemy. I think if they could just have a chat with us, they would see that we're not their enemy.
Lag is crazy.
I try to do too, like, you know, you guys know I'm very positive and optimistic about a lot of stuff, and I always
Yeah.
try to, you know, be positive, because I think that even if you're trying to improve something that was horrible, you should always approach it from a positive lens of like, okay, well, we can add this, this, and this, and then it will be better. And when I talk to them in person too, I always try to, you know, portray that too, of like, this is really good, but then you guys like experimented with this, or are you guys looking into this? Because that was kind of like what I was in 2023 when I went to the Vegas event, and I was trying to figure out like what's Q4 going to be for this year, next year. there was hints that it would be a PvE update. We didn't know that it was going to be Infinite Archive at that point, like to the extent. But we knew it would be like a PvE thing. And I said, so does it mean that Q4 of 2024 is going to be a PvP thing? You know, and they said yes. You know, that makes sense. What'll be interesting to see is because when I went to the TwitchCon event a few months ago, I was like trying to get an idea like what's 2025 going to be like. You know, they were very like hush about it. Usually they'll say
I
like,
just watched a guy put away his weapons to
hush
run
about
to
it,
the next flag, like it let him move faster. No.
I mean,
Maybe they're working on ESO 2. What we need
There's
right
a
now.
lot of people that believe that, but like, I know that they're working on another MMO, but I don't think that like, even if ESO like was going into maintenance mode, I would look at it almost like Star Wars: The Old Republic, where it was like BioWare being like, BioWare literally said, no more story updates. The game is how it is. Good luck, essentially. But then they realized like Star Wars is a pretty popular IP. Why don't we do something with this? And they went back and added more story to it. So I don't see ESO ever entering that maintenance mode just because it's such a big, I don't want to say cash cow because that sounds like they're milking us, but you could use that analogy of like, the IP is so popular. And think about when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out. You know, I joined ESO because I played Skyrim and was like, I want to go explore and see all the other places and interact with it.
Bro,
You know,
that's
with my
where I
friends and
was.
whatnot.
That's why I started playing.
Yeah, imagine the influx from Elder Scrolls 6 that ESO, will see. It's the same with Fallout 76.
If ESO's or Elder Scrolls 6 is actually good, though, that's the thing.
I think
Yeah, I've
also,
seen-
too.
I hope so. It's just modern games recently haven't been up to snuff.
I'm glad
unfortunately.
that they're letting it cook. You know, they're not like rushing or leaking things. Because I've seen some leaks about it, but it's like they're not saying like anything. They're not trying to get anybody's hopes up.
I
Dang.
think another thing that would be worth, Jake, you planting the seed to is like when the end of this game comes, when it happens, they could have PvP for years if they give us the right tools. Like, they give us some decent sandbox tools, and we probably could be PvPing 5 years later with no content.
That's another thing they said at the TwitchCon event. They said that they had at least the next 5 years mapped out for like,
Yang.
this is going to be, the season of blank. This is going to be, they didn't say season. They said, we have 5 years mapped out of.
I remember them
specific
saying that.
updates. Yeah. So a lot of people think that like seasons are like the death spiral of the game. But to be fair, like if I think that we're gonna go to Skyrim like at the end of 2025. Like they're gonna do the nostalgia thing. And if you're trying to get people to go along with the seasons thing, you're gonna make the first season incredible. So you should gauge it based on like the first one compared to the second one compared to the third one, because they're incentivized to make the first seasons super good anyway. So that's where I don't think we're gonna know for a long time. But
Like
Bethesda was the one that actually had invited me to Amsterdam. It actually wasn't ZeniMax. A lot of people think that like ZeniMax loves me, and it's not really entirely true. It's more like there's a Bethesda rep that
It's a bit
I get
complicated.
along with a lot. And you
I
could-
think it's more that they don't not like you. It's probably.
Yeah, well, I haven't done anything to like make them angry. It's not like they're watching my Golden Vendor review and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, he's complaining that
Let me ask you
there's
this,
no good
Jake.
monster sets this week. That son of a bitch.
Do they watch other ESO content creators? Like, do they actually like keep eyes on them?
Yes, they do watch ESO videos. Well, you got to remember, there's a ton of ZeniMax employees.
Yeah.
Like, when I received the community shout out, it was from a QA tester. So, like, a QA tester was watching my YouTube videos and just enjoyed, like, the information and the vibe. So, like, I guarantee you that multiple ZeniMax employees have watched your videos. Just because they
Wow.
also could be genuinely curious. Like,
So
hey, like, what's
I
the PvP build?
I bet they like the
I
bunks.
I had someone in chat the other day.
I don't know about
that
the
said they
streams,
were,
though.
An art creator for the game, and I just didn't think it was real to start with. But I was like, "Did you make the mount with the 4 arms coming out of it? If you did, you should be sacked." If it really was someone, it's awesome.
Daggum, that's a oof.
Do you think they watch streams though? Do they watch like the streams or just the ESO content?
I know they watch streams when new content is added. because one of them jokes that they do a drinking live stream. So like whenever a new like dungeon or trial is added, they do drinking live streams where they take like a shot every time a player is killed.
Really?
Or like there's a wipe. Yeah, they do that, but that's more
What?
like trial content and like hardcore dungeon content. So they'll watch people's streams and they'll do like a watch party with like a lot of the developers, and they'll do that together. But
And
there's
this would be another thing I would suggest to Zos to repair them. Popping up in streams. Gina used to do it. Gina used to pop
Bro.
up in people's
used to
streams.
pop up?
and just-
I got trolled the other day when
I've-
somebody named Brian Willer came to my stream talking about, oh, there's actually somebody right now on the stream named Rich Lamborghini.
Rich Lamborghini.
Yeah, they're trolling me right now. 100% talking about what's the
Bad.
biggest bunk combo. It's funny,
So-
really. Go ahead. I bet.
so Gina actually did join my stream one time, and people were just attacking her repeatedly to the point where I had never had to
Yeah.
mute anybody in my chat before. I had to do it for the first time, and I'm like, why? Like people, I think need to understand like I think this was
They're
during like
people
the
too.
DDoS.
Goodness gracious.
It's like, well, it's like the community manager can't stop the DDoSing attack. You know, it's like, what do you want? Like, what do you want them to do? You know? Like,
The
Oh,
problem
so that's
is,
why they don't
right,
come in the stream, because they'll be attacked. Oh, man.
They don't say anything in the stream because yeah, the community jumps on them. That's the
That's
problem.
fucked up, bro.
They've got to understand that the people that are doing this thing just didn't happen overnight. This is 10 years of frustration.
This is all
I'm not
bottled
saying,
up
I'm not saying it's
frustration, yeah.
right. I'm not saying it's right, but Zos needs to understand that it's not a thing they can deal with just with a click of their fingers. This is going to take time to repair this relationship. It is. This is going to take time.
it's gonna be hard though, because like you know, for example, a lot of people have said they want more communication. Well, they're telling us stuff that's like so far in development that I don't even think they have like planned out yet for how they want to do it. Like I don't, to be truthful, I don't even think they know if they do or don't want to do a battle pass.
Yeah.
Or if they're just gonna do like a chapter split in half and then just
Yep.
charge you half price and then just do 6 months of like the summer solstice and then the winter solstice chapter. I don't even think, and then call it like a season. I don't even think that they have that worked out yet, because I think that
Something I can.
you know they're kind of gauging which thing is more popular. Interestingly, too, when I spoke to one of the directors back in 2023, I had asked about like Destiny, like what do you guys think about like revamping and like moving the story forward? And they had actually noted that they saw what Destiny 2 had done and how negatively it was received, and how they're trying to avoid, you know, locking any content behind anything, that they didn't want to go back and like make sets, you know, like delete sets because people might feel like Destiny did, you know, where Destiny deleted a lot of content that even though a lot of it was like useless, like nobody's going to go and use, you know, pick some Joe Schmo set from some, you know, base game zone. Nobody's going to really care, but the feeling of losing something that you paid for was so strong that they were like, we're not even going to entertain like an idea like that at this point.
The Zos could get so much goodwill right now if they just change the meta. Like,
Performance.
I mean, yeah, sure. We
Performance first.
can. That's number one thing always.
Please.
But
I'm
if
not
they're
playing this game otherwise.
If they're not going to do it, then at least do other things.
I don't care. They could read.
Is
They
it-
could
is
fix
it-
the balance.
like, I know-
I'll check it out,
like,
but
Is it hard to fix performance? I'm curious. Like, I know, like, we all just say fix performance, like, but I wonder how hard that is. Fix performance. Like, are they actually
I'll
trying?
Tell you
They
this
did the
right
hard
now.
it's
I'll-
gonna be
I'll
it's
tell
gonna be
you-
difficult and time consuming, but it's not impossible. There is a fix, and it is
No,
very
I'll tell you
doable.
this right now. It's
gonna be expensive.
It's no coincidence that the PvP servers work better during a PvP event. Like they just do. So
I-
they're hiring more server resources. They've got more servers. Like that's got to be what's going on. Like it's the only thing that makes sense. Like don't get me wrong,
From
performance is
2013 hardware to 2020 hardware, and I know that they're trying to work on that, but it's such an analytical thing that I don't think that they, because I think was it Jessica that said something about them not giving an update as to like where the hardware and performance update was? I think that they just need to start doing like frequent. There's another game that does it. I can't think of what it is, but they would do like monthly updates. Like, hey, here's where like this, and this is. I think that would go a long way. Just like saying like, hey, you know, this is what we're doing with the engine, and this is why it's more complicated. Because ESO does have some unique problems. Because most MMOs are not like even RuneScape is a PC game. It's not like Xbox, PlayStation. There's not an NA and an EU Xbox server and a PlayStation server. So ESO has some like unique server difficulties that it has to overcome just based on the fact that they made the decision to play like on console, which I'm glad they did because I think that's what's helped keep its reach. Because like if ESO just had its Steam numbers, I don't think it would be nearly as successful. Like ESO is, I don't want to say kept alive by the console numbers, but as somebody who plays like primarily on Xbox, if you don't play ESO, you play BDO, and BDO is like absolutely horrible. I don't know if you guys have ever played Back to Black Desert Online, but it's like a UI like nightmare.
I've heard of it. Yeah, it's like you're looking at an abstract piece of art. You don't know what's going on.
The combat there feels so janky. It's just so, it's like it's got like this weird like anime menu UI feel, but also like it's pretty pay to win. Like it's very like cash grabby, and I think that's also off quite a few people. Like I'm pretty sure in BDO, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, you can actually, it's like if in ESO you can turn your crown straight into gold, just like or any resource that you would need, or like if you needed like draw waxes, you could just buy it like straight from the crown store in BDO. It's like very heavily monetized like that too, unfortunately. And that's where like when people suggest like, oh, ESO should just like scrap chapters and, you know, not charge us for anything. It's like, well, they shouldn't be monetized somehow. Like ESO Plus may or may not be enough. I don't know the numbers, but like I played Ark Survival Evolved, like the original one, and the game was run into the ground by the developers, and then it went bankrupt, and then all the servers got shut off, which obviously made everybody pretty angry. Yeah, well, it's like everybody wanted the servers to stay on, but the game was run so poorly, the monetization was so bad that they literally bankrupted themselves and had to get bought out, and then they have all this other ongoing drama. So it's like, I don't want to say I give the developers of ESO like a ton of credit, but at least they've not like bankrupted the game and then had all the servers shut off and then lied about making a sequel and then resold us the original one more polished and then lied about when the second one was going to come out and then lied about having to pay for all the DLCs and stuff. So it's like, yeah, there's game development, unfortunately, feels like a lot of lies. Like,
I've played games that have been run worse. This is true, but I've also played games that have been run way better.
I think another thing is redo TOT. Burn that game.
Dude, Tales of Tribute has so much potential. You're right. So many ways to do a card game, but
like,
why that?
Honestly, if Zos wants fucking money, look at Pokemon Pop. That thing
Bro,
is
in
make,
ESO,
that
wait,
thing's
no,
gonna
they
make
get
$2
never mind.
billion in its first year. Not.
Technically though, they're actually, so the #1 requested video that I have to do right now for my community that I don't want to do is another Tales of Tribute guide. I'm actually cautiously curious how many people in ESO play Tales of Tribute, because I do think that there's quite a few people that do it, but it's just not like a vocal majority of people. Because the game, like,
Do you play other card games?
I do, yeah. I actually play Magic the Gathering, and I've played Marvel Snap like pretty frequently. That when I actually
when we first heard about the game, I said it was so cool if they did like, say you do a dungeon and you defeat the boss at the end, you get a boss card, and then they could like have it kind of like a mix of Magic the Gathering and Pokemon. I don't know, that kind of game in ESO would have been so cool. It would have gave you reasons to do content so you could get boss cards.
Imagine
I
you
don't
kill someone in Cyrodiil and you can use them on a card.
There's so much they could have done.
Here's
but-
my Law Dog card.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll pull up with whoever I can find. Oh, dude, I have Kirk on my card roster.
Yeah, Kurt.
Yeah, bro. Have you on there too, man?
I bet you would.
And I've been loving Pocket. I actually made a Pocket YouTube channel the other day.
Yeah.
You get into it. Like those are some good good views to get. Like even like Marvel Rivals. Like I've seen. People
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that.
Can't use my gamepad on that game. It's so sad.
I'm gonna do what I find is fun, not what's getting views or attention or whatever.
I find my
That's why I'm doing
fun.
Skyrim VR.
I'm doing the opposite. I did that for years and I'm sick of my YouTube channel not growing. So I just make shitty videos now and I get views.
I like though that,
I don't
that
wanna
there's like
chase
a worry
trends.
though that like you might have like the bra regatta syndrome because I always worry that I'll turn into that where like I become disillusioned with ESO by making videos on it constantly. I don't know if you guys remember Bra Regatta, this huge ESO creator, but just fell off a cliff and then just was like, I hate all MMOs. Fuck it, I'm out of here. Never play an MMO, but
I mean, most ESO creators kind of had that moment.
Yeah, where they try and move on and it's freaking mess. Sorry,
I think that is a frustrating
it's
part
bad.
too. It's like you're stuck with ES. I think that's where like you can see creators they try to pivot.
Buried
and
under the
they realize-
ESO algorithm.
Well,
like
for me, it's there's not another game like ESO.
Really
If
isn't,
there
man.
was, I would be gone. Like, I would be
Well,
gone.
you do like World of Warcraft content.
Yeah, but it's not the
should-
same. It's nowhere near the same combat. Like, that's the only reason I love ESO so much. Is its combat. Like,
World, like people like started to make a lot of videos on that, but New World had tanked because like the game kind of died until they made the console version of it. I'm curious to see if New World actually survives because like the end game content in New World is actually pretty piss poor. They've got like what one dungeon basically, or like I think they might call it a delve. It's like this is the end game. This game has been out for how long? That's what I have to give credit to ESO for. It feels like there's always something. Like, there's always like a reason to get into something interesting. Like, oh, you know, I'm gonna go out and do a dungeon, a trial, an arena, a solo arena, Infinite Archive, Cyrodiil, Battlegrounds, Imperial City. You know, some of those games.
ESO's great and has lots to offer. It's just, I mean, generally, I ask, like, someone asks me, should I buy the game? Do you want to be competitive in PvP? Probably not. But if you want to experience ESO as a whole, sure.
ESO needs a. This is my hottest ESO take. Is that ESO needs more FOMO. I feel like ESO has captured the audience of like casual gamers, returning, you know, players who just want a bunch of content to jump into. But they need to appeal more to the players who want to log in every day and have like a ton of stuff to do.
Yeah, that
And that they could do
generally,
more.
like,
Well, not even just veterans. I'm talking about.
Think about
people
it,
who
though,
wanna have,
I
like
like
a
where you're
reason to
going with
grind.
this. I like where you're going with this, but I'm thinking of Helldivers too. Like, I've never played the game, but I've watched videos on it. Imagine if they did like some sort of like FOMO, but for the Alliance war, to make people really like their faction.
That I had suggested like a year ago, and I think they sort of morphed it into Golden Curiosities because other people were suggesting something similar. Was like seasonal stuff, but like seasonal in the sense of like the best people on the Battlegrounds leaderboard would get like a trophy that they could sell, and it was like a trophy that was designed for that season. So you'd have like season 1's Battleground top 100 trophies, and then you could sell it to other players who were like big collectors. Maybe you could like quick sell it for like 100,000 gold, and it would give you a reason to go like on the leaderboards. Because to me, like ESO has these cool leaderboards, but like you guys have probably been on the Battlegrounds leaderboard. It's like, oh, neat. You know, like.
Oh, all I get is a nice gold piece of jewelry.
All you feel is it's for yourself. Self-confidence.
They need to fix BG's.
No actual
they really do.
Well, this was also
for the
like,
AVA,
Maelstrom
yeah.
Arena base. This was like for all leaderboards, not just like Battlegrounds. But even like Cyrodiil, like the top 100, the Cyrodiil leaderboard is kind of dope too. That had like specific rewards based on how high up you were, not just like the.
You know the one thing they could do to make Emperor and Cyrodiil infinitely better? Limit AP gain to the leaderboards to 8 hours a day. Because at the moment, it's mostly who can play the most. Like that.
Yeah, who can be unemployed the longest?
Yeah. So if you limit it to 8 hours, that gives a lot of people a chance. Like you can still earn AP outside. It's just not going to go to the leaderboards.
I feel like we need more titles. This is my suggestion: is more titles
Dude.
outside of Emperor. Like the Emperor could
PvP
either
titles go hard.
imagine like you had like a warden, like a PvP warden. He was like a guy who gave a bonus to everybody in a keep when he was defending, or like some sort of like assault type, or like whatever alliance is in last place gets like a rebel leader title, like a partisan.
Oh no, we're
leader.
gonna turn ESO into a hero shooter.
Well, no, I just meant like somebody that gives like pseudo buffs, like smaller Emperor buffs, to like keep people engaged. Like, oh, you know, like.
Yeah,
there's
the
more
group
things
leader
to
gives
earn.
everyone 25% more damage.
Not quite that much, but something to work for. I think PvP
I see what you're
needs
saying.
more rewards. Like think about like trials, for example. Like you do a trifecta trial, you can get mounts, you can get cool titles, you can get all sorts of good stuff. You can get like perfected gear. Like give us perfected PvP gear. Maybe you can only maybe you can get perfected Desert Strike if you're in the top 100 Gyro leaderboard.
No,
offer.
Give us class scripts. Give us fucking
Class
class scripts,
Bro, they
please.
do that. If you get imp, you get class scripts.
Yeah, but I just want class scripts for nothing.
Yeah, you just want to grind like 12 hours on a random like Thursday whenever the leaderboard resets. It's horrible.
BT.
I see you. Is that 24-0 right there?
Oh, bro,
Bad,
your
not bad.
score is shit, man. Get good.
Terrible at playing objectives. All I do is
Bad.
PvP.
You know it. You know,
How
you
does,
can say
how
the
does that
score
make you
shit, it's
feel?
like-
When are you gonna
getting
run naked,
outscored
huh?
by a one skill build?
I don't really care about the score.
But isn't that
It's like a
irritating?
football
It should
team,
matter.
right?
It should fucking matter.
It should matter, yeah.
It's like a football team though. Like you know, he's playing like right tackle. You ever play like right tackle in football? They don't get any praise. All they do is get yelled at if the
They
quarterback
get a
is sacked.
paycheck though.
Well, I'm talking about he could be like college, high school, you know, friendly. I'm not saying he's like a professional football player. Like there are some positions that just like are underappreciated in sports, like goalkeeper in soccer. Like you either let in some goals or you get lucky and keep it out. Like you can really only ever have like a good game. You can't have like a great game where you score like a hat trick, you know, with a worldie. It's so much harder to be like a good goalkeeper than it is to be like a good striker. in my
Yeah, man,
opinion.
it's probably like it's been my problem in a lot of games actually. Like, and a lot of people hate me in Call of Duty, like Destiny, bro. I never played objectives. I always just went for kills. A lot of times, I didn't really play to win. Like, I just played to have fun. And like for me, like getting kills is fun. So like, unless
Yeah,
like
but,
if I'm with a team that I know, like I'll say, hey, we want to win this, then I'll play the objectives. But like, I'm
The
just
thing is though, like even if you are just going after kills and you go 30-0 on a BG, your impact in that BG was pretty fucking big because you
Yeah.
killed a lot of people, and that's not reflected in the score most
Yeah.
times. Like,
very true.
What they're trying to do is discourage people from just not playing the objective.
Yeah.
yeah, but at the
makes sense.
moment, the scoring isn't like it's not making you want to play the objective. In a lot of scenarios, the scoring, like in that Chaos Ball, I'm better off not picking the Chaos Ball up and just healing the Chaos Ball to get a better score. So that's not.
Oh wow.
That's actively
I'll just
pushing
stand
me
here, yeah.
away
Healing.
from. Yeah. And then, like, you're not, like, say if you're on an objective flag, the enemy's flag, and you kill people on that flag, you don't get nothing for that. And, like, that's just
Tricky
stupid.
balance. Well, there. So
I
when was
mean,
doing
it
the
just
PG
needs more.
Live-
It needs more data. It's like damage taken needs to be accounted for. Weight in healing needs to be
I'm
nerfed
dead.
because at the moment
Can't
it's just
move.
too strong. Like, I don't know. Like,
I think
if that-
MMR is the biggest thing that they need to fix first, because like that
No,
will
no,
encourage
no, no,
players
the-
to
the-
be.
Why
in
do I keep
brackets.
doing that?
the problem
I
though,
am
is
so
the
bad at this game.
MMR
Holy
based
frick.
off the scoring system. So
I am an
they
AI
need to
program.
fix the scoring system so the MMR system can work correctly.
That was so stupid. Why did I
Well,
do that?
yeah, that's true too. But I think a lot of people get discouraged. So like when I was doing the BG Live event, there was a team that we would go up against every so often, and they would not play the objective at all. They would just go around and just pick on like specific people that they could kill, and it made the BG go for so long. And then they would end up losing because they didn't like we played Chaos Ball. Their Chaos Ball score would be like 0, like, and they would just have like 30 kills. And I think that's what they're trying to avoid is people doing stuff like that, where essentially their MMR remains low. It's like people who have like the old like 10 to 50 like monster sets, golded out gear, and
Yeah,
they're
but
just going and
like
shitting on
that.
like brand new players.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's.
Well, I mean, the BG I'm in right now,
abusing
It's like
it's
a term out
the
bug,
MMR
please.
system is always going to happen. The only thing you can kind of do to stop it from happening is make your your scoring system better. Make it actually accountable and reflectable of what an actual player is doing in that BG. Like, I'm sorry, but I should not be top scoring on a 1 skill build. That just is stupid. Like, it is stupid. And that is what the scoring system pushes people to do right now. And what happens when you reward this playstyle? You end up with healers healing healers. It's just what it is. And yeah, I think they're very lucky that a lot of people are like E-Man and don't go after the score, because if they did go score chasing, the BG system would be way worse. And that's the fundamental issue. It's not rewarding people, it's not pushing a person to be better, it's pushing people to abuse the shitty system they have. And I'm honestly thinking about seeing if I can top the leaderboards on that 1 skill build. I can. It's just if I have that much commitment.
This is so sad. This guy's just giving up.
I wish they would bring back the old BGs.
This
Sounds real
BG
my
is
page.
so imbalanced. Like, it's just our team camping outside the red team spawn and making
They need to add a
friends with the enemy
forfeit
team.
to some matches that are just so lopsided. Just let the other team forfeit. Like,
Like a mercy rule.
Down faster if you haven't like touched the objective in so long. Just like the
Yeah,
clock like goes down at 3 times speed. It's
Yeah, and-
difficult. I think that MMR seems to be so. When they asked us for feedback, MMR was the one that they wanted the most feedback on. I think they recognized that MMR needed the most TLC, because I actually really like the maps. Like, I actually think the map design is like really good for the new
yeah,
battlegrounds.
but I don't think they changed the MMR. It's pretty much the same as it was last.
So-
BGs.
It's
I
different in the
disagree.
fact that it resets. So it
Yeah, I
resets.
noticed that.
Yeah, because
The reset seems weekly.
So I used to do BGs a lot, and I would be up against the same motherfuckers every night, just trying to do my damn dailies, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta be locked in to get these transmute crystals. God damn it! You know,
I do like the system they did now. It's
Yeah,
easy
but-
to get transmutes.
But I
that is
just
kind of
run
the
into so
MMR
many
system
bots. I don't learn anything.
semi-working. Like,
I think making it decay was a great start, because not having any decay built in was a goofy decision to make originally. I understand why they did it, because they wanted to shield new players and kind of keep them all together, and then eventually you would work your way out of that pod. But it's just not conducive with how long the game's been out. They needed to make that change, but they changed the decay from like a month to a week. You know, they're constantly tweaking it. The problem is I think it's just hard to balance teams right now too, because everybody's MMR was reset. So that maybe they should have.
This is the fundamental issue, right? You've got someone like, say, E-Man, very good PvP player, knows what he's doing,
Well, heavy
but
on.
he doesn't score high. He's going to score low in most BGs, so his MMR is actually going to be reasonably low in a lot of scenarios.
Very
So
unfortunate.
you've got
It
these
permeates the
players
issue.
that are like, just they're in the wrong MMR because the scoring system in this game is so broken.
We need a more
The
complex
thing too
algorithm.
is that it also takes the highest factor is wins though. So if he's still winning, the game will factor that in, even if his
Yeah,
metal
but
count
that's
is not
if
very
he's
high.
winning. If he's not winning,
Well, if you get
he-
30 kills to keep these people from the objective, you better be winning. You know, like
yeah, but
if the team is
don't
not
a lot
alive,
of
they
the
can't
time.
play the objective. You know.
While heavy
Like,
armor suits
but that's the problem. You would think that, but that's not what happens in reality in a lot of BGs. Like, it doesn't reflect any player skill level, and that is a problem when it's a fucking scoring system. Like,
It reflects no scoring system. I think that it reflects it. It just doesn't. It's like you need to paint a whole picture. You're painting part of the picture because wins are important. Like wins and losses are important, you know. But also how they, and even like how they capture medal count. I don't even see anyone talking about this. It's also vastly easier to get higher medal counts on certain game modes. So like for example, you can be playing Capture the Relic and have a super low medal count because you never touch the relic. But then you could play like Domination and be just the guy that takes like all the points and have like a crazy high medal count. That's the problem too, is there's no equilibrium between this is the expected medal counts of somebody who played really well in Capture the Relic, and this is the, you know, captured medal count of somebody that played really well in like Chaos Ball.
Sorry,
just because
AOZ.
they're so different.
Yeah, that was a rough BG, huh?
But I also
Both
feel
teams.
like in an ideal world, it shouldn't matter what game mode it is. If you're super effective, it shouldn't matter in what way you did it. And that's the other problem. Exos is forcing you to play the game the way they want you to play. But that
I think there
way
shouldn't
is
be
so
any
brain
MMR
dead.
at all. It's
Like-
just complicating things. If we just did
I
it
actually
based
think-
off connection, it'd be fine.
Take MMR away for the 8v8s. I actually
Yeah,
thought
they
that
said
that
they,
might
they
be a
said
decent
they were gonna
idea,
do that.
but
They didn't.
I think the problem is though is that when they were doing that, it was just people were just getting gated because you'd have one or two good PvPers on one side and they would just slaughter the entire other team. I think the only way you could consistently do that is if you don't let people queue as a group for 8v8s. But I think
Don't let
too, that
people queue as a
Battlegrounds could be a potential good avenue for the future. Like I think a 16v16 would be pretty good. You know, 32v32.
Do you know what would be cool? Is basically carve 2 keeps out of Cyrodiil and have 24v24 capture the key. Like that would be sick. That would be cool.
I do think people would complain though that they're subjugating, you know, Cyrodiil. They're like, they don't want to fix
Whatever,
Cyrodiil. They're just adding this game mode that's Cyrodiil
Yeah,
like.
I think a lot of people probably would have that attitude, but
Oh
if it's
my
good,
lord. I
people
love
will
the
soon
damage
change
sigil
their
so
mind.
much.
That's the thing too, is if it's fun, it's fun. And two, like,
Yeah.
what better tutorial than Cyrodiil than a mini tutorial,
Yeah.
you know, game mode?
Oh, I'm dead.
I think that they need to update Cyrodiil next. That's where, like, a lot of people are suggesting, like, go back
got
to
too excited.
BGs
Honestly,
or...
Honestly, the
Cyrodiil
only
needs to be the
thing-
next update.
The only thing that really can fix Cyrodiil, honestly, is a performance fix. The biggest issues in Cyrodiil now, as far as how it functions as a whole system, is when the server's not full. If the server's full equally on all
Can I light
factions,
attack? Can I use my skills? Anything? Sorry, I know. I'm sorry. I'm actually in a BG and I can't use my skills. Everything's just rubber banding now. I'm getting mad.
I don't even know what I was saying.
I think that they could definitely add stuff though. Like I was talking on stream and I messaged pretty much all the main like PvPers in Greyhost on Xbox. I was like, if you could give any suggestions to the developers for Cyrodiil, what would it be? Because I think that, and I gave them like a list of like different things that people had said. Some had suggested like new skill lines, ones that were focused on like espionage and being able to like pickpocket doors with the like added trade-off that it would like notify the, you know, the map that somebody's like pickpocketing a door open, you know, all sorts of like ideas, like adding mount speed increases to battle spirit so you can get from place to place better.
How
updating
about we
tutorial.
start with being able to mount in the first place? I think they should just change that. Just change it so you can mount no matter what. Lower the stamina in PvP so you can get knocked off your horse easier. and just let everyone mount whenever they want.
The
If you want to mount in the
Ooh.
middle of a Zerg, you're probably gonna.
Bro, that
die.
would be bad for like people chasing down people with Zergs.
Gonna be the two-person mount. People be like, "Quick, get on!" You know.
Right.
But
We're
as
gonna
I
go
was
They'll be
saying-
griefing one person like on their mount, bro.
As I was
I
saying,
think in that case, though, to make it
man,
interesting, if they were gonna do that, they would have to make it cost your stamina and not your mount stamina.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
Everything that you do,
um,
that would balance it out.
But as I was
It's
saying
both
about
of you.
Cyrodiil, like when Cyrodiil breaks down, it's generally when numbers are even. Like Cyrodiil falls apart very quickly when numbers are lopsided. Like it just gets horrible for everyone. And the only real way of fixing that is getting population back.
That was
So,
cool.
Bro,
Oh,
whoever
that was
factions in last place gets a pseudo emperor to buff them.
Did I play objective
Whoa,
this,
whoa,
this
I think
match
they
chat?
should
Did I play
with-
objective?
They should play with low pop.
No.
Buff, I think a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
It's hard to balance like Cyrodiil too. I think it just needs more like stuff going on because like when I ask new players why they prefer BGs over Cyrodiil, it's that Cyrodiil's too big, it's confusing, and it's just not like interesting to go through. And I think that's what they need.
Goodness gracious.
They just need more stuff happening. Like, I was even talking to them, instead of like Valandrone being like a pick people up item, they'd be having like a pseudo capture the hill, type, event where like the winner, whoever scores the highest for an alliance, they get Valandrone or another, relic, something like that. That way it's like,
Just throw
just
dragons
more
in Cyrodiil.
stuff.
Yes.
People had suggested that. Somebody had suggested that exact same thing, and people either loved that idea or hated it because it would give. I think having
That'd be so funny.
players do have
And you
a
could
advantage
control
over
it,
there,
too.
Dragons over Zergs. Yeah, let's do it. I want this. Give me dragons in Cyrodiil.
We gotta start a
in
petition.
The beta, you were gonna be able to send like mercenary AIs to be able to go attack keeps. They could bring something like that back. Like that way, it's like I do think that it would go. Like, have you guys ever played like a first-person shooter like Star Wars Battlefront 2, where there's like humans that you kill and AI that you kill, and it kind of makes you feel good because you're like getting double the kills. Maybe having like more AI interaction for like attacking and
Freaking
defending.
green team.
I don't know if it would necessarily solve any issues, but I think it would go to like, buff the scales. Still just needs to have that skill that it had back in 2014, where it was just crazy chaos. Even if that's why I've thought if they can make it go back to the hundreds of people it was previously, I'll play with fucking 2 skills on a skill bar. Like I don't give a shit. Put me back in there. I will enjoy
Here's the game.
Oh, it's got a rod.
I'm having fun in this conversation, but I do want to get my fix of ESO for the next month or so.
It's been a great conversation.
Have a good one, guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right, JTK.
Good night.
Peace, man.
I'm gonna be hanging out. I'm still on Christmas break. So.
Hanging out just for a bit.
I think that's a little bit too. I'm late, so I missed like all the fun juicy topics like AI moderation and.
I've never got to
just
hang
all
out
the
in a
fun
call with
stuff.
you before,
Yeah,
Jake.
it's
So,
actually
you know.
good to hang out with you, bro.
I'm glad I was able to get a hold of you too. I was wanting to like get your input for a lot of the PvP stuff, but it's always
Damn,
so
the lag
difficult
is
trying to get
bad.
hold of people.
I'm just in Overland too, and I'm already spiking and ping, and I can't use skills. And all that match just had problems getting skills to go off. I think the other problem I have a lot when I play this is I'm using bow sword with crystal weapon, and I actually have to sort of aim light attack. And you get to really see how bad the hit registry in this game is when you use crystal weapon with light attack. Things always like I've seen arrows actually fly and hit the target and then no damage registers, because in the game's eyes it was a miss. Like, man.
It's interesting too, cause like I was talking to a guy that plays on Xbox and PC. Performance seems vastly different between like the two of them. Like I remember you were watching one of my streams. And it
Yeah,
was,
I
like,
came in and watched your stream. It's like, is this what it's like in Greyhost all the time? Bro, I wish I had that. What is going on PC? it doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
I think PC servers are worse than the console ones, and I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because it's easier to run console servers because you know you have the specs of like these are the Xbox, and, you know, like it's easier from a. And I wish that they could give us insight into that. Like, is it easier to run like PlayStation servers? Like, is it easier to run servers like that?
I'll tell you what it is. It's add-ons. It's always the add-ons.
Well, you got people there probably playing on like potatoes, you know, playing on their laptops too. You know, so that probably hurts it pretty significantly as well. You know, when you're trying to, you know, to let everybody play ESO, but I've always wondered that because, like, as a console player, I do have some. I'm not like the game's not perfect. Like, don't get me wrong, but like everybody claims performance is like the biggest thing, and I'm like, I go to Cyrodiil and I might have like a couple like skills not fire correctly.
Speaking of performance, I'm trying to sell this. There it goes. There it goes. I tried to sell something to this merchant in this guy's house, and it took 5 minutes to go through. Like it's not even in the gameplay. It's in the UI too. The lag is so bad. We've transcended.
They were saying too that after these servers had come back on, that PC was having problems. But is that like normal? Like, is this like normal performance issues, or is this like
this most recent crash is, I'd say, significantly worse. I don't know. After the servers went down, and I haven't played a whole lot because I haven't cared about this game at all recently. But when I did play, it was bad. And it's pretty bad right now too. Like this, any other day of the week, if I was playing ESO like all week, I probably would have pulled all my hair out by now, just how bad the lag is. But like I'm chilling in a call with you guys, and my primary focus is not on streaming right now, so I can more or less deal with the cringe lag I'm dealing with. But I'd be throwing a fit if I would have been streaming this back to back over the holidays, because the game should not work like this. And I go and I play something like Black Ops 6, right? And they have performance issues. They have this thing called a packet burst. I don't know exactly what it is, but everything's run on Treyarch servers now. And they're actively working on fixing the servers. And how do I know this? Because every single week we get like a small little update, like every Monday. Not over the holidays, but every Monday. And each little update makes performance just that little bit better because they're ironing out how things need to be like optimized and stuff, and it's cool to see. But then I go back to ESO and I press the button to use Crystal Weapon. I just stand there for 5 seconds, and then Crystal Weapon finally comes out. Like what? What?
Me too. Cause so do you remember how, like, I don't know if you heard that ESO was turned off a few times?
Yeah.
So they had told like some people that the servers were DDoS, but they didn't really make like an announcement about it. And I think it's because they don't want to like encourage people, because like DDoSing is like, you know, one of those things. And I don't know if you guys have ever been DDoS before. It's like an individual.
I think I've been
DDoS
before.
Yeah, I've had it quite a few times when I played Ark Survival, because that game is just toxic, you know. But like, when you kind of talk about it, you also encourage it to happen more. So I'm like, is that the kind of approach that they're taking on this? That's the hard part too, is sometimes I feel like the developers are trying to like walk this line of like, we don't want to encourage this, or we're not going to talk about it, but then it's like, well, also people would understand, like, hey, you know, if the servers are being DDoS, we're going to expect that, you know, there's some problems with the server, you know? Like, that's just how it is. The AI moderation, though, I think is the most key, because I think that they just copied Microsoft's moderation. So, like, if I was to type to you fag right now with, like, the semicolon, and then be like, oh, no, I meant to say flag, Xbox will flag that immediately, and I'll get a comm ban.
Bro, they got Microsoft on it so far that they're moderating single-player Minecraft sessions.
Well, did you know
Type something mildly offensive on a sign, they'll get you.
Well, apparently it's because the EU passed a law requiring it. You're required to moderate communications on your platform based on like this EU law. Because I made my AI video thing, and like I kind of mentioned it like very briefly because the law is like exceptionally confusing. But it basically requires like developers to be like, you need to make sure that like criminal activity is not going on in your game. tell you a fun, quick social work story. So I was doing an investigation for CPS a few years ago, and this guy was like talking about a crime using Xbox online in-game chat on a game that he was playing, and the FBI was able to find it and audit it and pull it and make it part of his record. They pulled the Discord chat, they pulled Xbox messages.
Bro, nothing we send over the internet's safe anymore, dude.
Y'all heard that, chat. Y'all be careful what y'all be saying in this chat.
They know everything.
I was investigating a drug dealer, and she sold her drugs on Facebook, and she would use like the vanishing messages. And if you've ever subpoenaed, so we would subpoena Facebook for like investigatory like records, and it will show you like, hey, this was sent as a vanishing message, and then it would just show you the message. It's not like actually a vanishing message. It only vanishes from you and the other person. If the government needs to go back in, they can see it. And she was so stupid. So like all of the drugs were different ice cream flavors, and then the amount of scoops was how much. It took like fucking 10 minutes to be like, all right, vanilla's cocaine, chocolate is heroin. It was like, it took like no time at all to figure it out. I'm like, bro, this is the easiest subpoena pull ever, you know? It's like, if you're gonna talking code, at least do something that's like not obvious. Because it'd be like $40 for a scoop of vanilla ice cream. I'm like, vanilla ice cream? They picked it up. $50. Better be some, you know, farm fresh ice cream, I guess. I don't know, like how you could have that expensive ice cream. If you guys are gonna try to, you know, go behind the government's back, you need to have like realistic prices for what you're pretending to sell, or it just it's very obvious.
Wow. So what is my go-to class? The class I'm playing right now, Sorcerer.
How did they know? Listen, sorry. I was gonna say, how would people not know this by now?
We're new to the stream, man.
Not always the smartest.
Triumph awaits!
Seen like some people that exist in society, like people are just a little bit silly. There are people who, instead of working, steal catalytic converters all day. And I say that as somebody who knows. I've gone to people's houses and been like, why do you have
We have the relic!
And it's always funny because they'll say something like, I've been having problems with my catalytic converter. And I'm like, I think the problem is that you need money from the pawn shop. I think that's the problem that you're running into. My coworkers had
I feel really bad for the opposing team,
What
bro.
is this catalytic converter?
It's a part below your car that's filled with precious metals. So people who are desperate for money will climb under your vehicle with a saw, and they'll saw off your catalytic converter, and then they'll sell it to a pawn shop. Because it's like it's got like precious metals inside of it that are
Grab that relic fast!
It's really annoying if somebody tries to steal yours.
Where's the dude in the car?
SUV.
We've taken the relic!
I think it's something to do with emissions. So it's not like you can drive it like afterwards. You'll hear like noises and stuff. Somebody in chat might know better than me, like what a catalytic converter does, but it's not essential to the
Just like how you don't need one of your
car.
kidneys.
Yeah, it's kind of like that where you definitely want your extra kidney, but like it's not gonna prevent.
You're not gonna
from
die,
driving.
but you will. You'll probably notice some things.
You'll notice some noises.
Yes, noises. Oh, my kidney went. Like, yeah, I had my kidney removed, but I hear this weird noise in there. Oh, let me put some in there. What do you do for
probably
work
like a-
right now?
So right now I'm a social worker for a hospital. But I deal mostly with outpatient stuff. So I go to like, if like some of my participants or clients like go to the hospital, I go see them there. I game plan like them transitioning back home and whatnot. And just stuff around like healthcare case planning and whatnot. It's not as intense as.
And so your job, it requires you to interact with a lot of people.
Oh yeah, I think I have like 70 some odd people I work with, like on any given basis. I usually fluctuate between like 70 and 90. It's fun.
Cool.
It's rewarding.
Sounds
though.
like
It's
it
not as
sounds
cool as
like it'd be fun, yeah.
investigations. The child abuse investigations were a lot more fun, but like There were days that like, so I do the Golden Vendor review at 8 p.m. I'm supposed to finish work at 4:30 and I'd still be at work. And I'm like, how the fuck am I still working at 9 p.m. on a fucking Friday?
Oh man. Work how many hours a week?
I'm like, so back then I was working like 60 hours a week. But like the problem is so like the one time I missed a Golden Vendor and had to post it the next day, I had a young parent tried to, took a bunch of substances to try to alter their existence, and so I wanted to make sure that I was like there with them when they went to the hospital, because I wanted to make sure that they didn't just try to leave, that they actually went, met with the emergency room doctors, did what they were supposed to do, because I was really worried about their mental state. And I started work that day at like 8 a.m. I finished at like 3 a.m. and I worked that whole time period because I wanted to be there the entire time they were at the hospital, going inpatient, meeting with the doctors, getting admitted into the hospital, making sure that everybody knew their situation and what that they had attempted to do. So I missed
Valid location.
yes though that night.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how many people E-Man interacts with his job.
I interact with some personal trainer.
No, like how many? Like Jake said like 70 people a month. Like how many you got a month?
I deal with the same people. Not that many. I do like 100 like sessions a month though. A lot of training.
I still gotta
Like
figure all this stuff out.
Well, I feel like too, as long as you're not a full-time content creator, I think it helps keep you sane, because like you go to work from home, so like creating content is fun. Like Robert got this. I always use him as an example. It's like he was just making content, and I feel like it kind of got to him where he was like, my job is not fun. Playing video games is not fun, and then it just like caused him to kind of implode. That's where I think it's good, especially because what you do, involves like physical fitness.
Definitely like my job. I learned my job is a lot more mental. Actually training people. A lot of times people everything else but the gym. Like their mindset,
it's definitely the mindset.
consistency.
I was gonna say.
I found like
Well, I know
starting
from
there,
firsthand experience, it's just like getting into the mindset is tough. But once you get
end
into
of the day,
it, you break
most
it
people
in.
will have the answers like what they need to do. Thing is like execution. So like I just do like a lot of my training like
Your
honestly, like,
money
almost-
is mine.
That's what needs to happen first.
But you build a good connection with people. I love it. 'Cause, like someone who couldn't do pull-ups, like can do push-ups, and you help them like push-ups and pull-ups, like really kind of help them change their life. It's kind of like cliche and like corny, but
No, I get it. It's the
totally
same
very-
thing.
it's a
Like
very
I
rewarding
get,
job.
I get kind of the same experience when I help someone like figure out something in PvP they didn't know before.
As I'm sure you've all noticed.
And it's like, oh, this is something I have the ability to do. Oh, that's so cool. And you just watch them like from there, and it's cool. Very rewarding. Until they use it on you, then you get
It's
mad.
always super
Also, too, I
rewarding.
like being around the gym. That's a big thing. They're very unhealthy. They don't super healthy things. Sitting behind
Thank
a
you,
desk,
PD.
like, sitting all day, like surrounded by bad food.
Who even got the memberships?
Yo, PD,
Yeah,
appreciate the
normally it
membership.
tells
Let's
me.
go.
He just gave me some too. Normally it tells me who gets the memberships. I didn't get that this time. This time is different.
He said the dot gap is empowering. So not gonna lie,
Yeah, if I
somebody
didn't
could have
get
done that
one.
with 1 hour. Tried to kill themselves and explain like why. Tricks. Fuck about. Get our relapse coming back. Come on, symptoms. What's going on, Pummels? How you doing, man? Welcome in. Start talking to my chat, bro. I've
People's
been
like mental
neglecting
state
my-
and go to the gym.
I haven't like
So
interacted with my
important.
chat barely at all. I forgot I was streaming there for a moment.
Yeah, no, somebody actually said Catalytic is in your chat. They said it's got platinum in it. So
Yeah,
they said it converts carbon monoxide.
I was supposed to be
into carbon
streaming. My
dioxide.
bad. not what I'm doing.
Thank you,
I'm
Doctor.
just hanging out.
I just know that drug addicts will try to steal my catalytic converter if I'm not, you know, careful.
Believe it or not, I work with a lot of drug addicts. Not like former drug addicts.
I think it's one of the best things that they can go do, because one of the more common like things that you'll hear is like you have to trade one obsession for another. So people will trade like one like drug use for the gym or religion or something, something that they can just like throw themselves into.
That's what I learned, bro. Addiction is a powerful thing.
Oh Lord, there it goes.
It comes in many shapes and forms.
He just froze. 640 ping. Let's go.
There's positive addictions and negative addictions, like addiction.
Hey, can you exhaust, please? What is going on?
So caffeine, appreciate the raid, out the stream.
My game is literally just freezing for like 5 seconds straight, and I'm mad.
They've dropped the ball.
It's funny because on stream your gameplay is pretty crisp right now. I think.
What do you mean? Crisp is in like I'm doing well, or it looks good to quality?
Crisp is in like you're not like framey or laggy. I mean the skill, you know.
The stops and stuff. I know. That's what I try and get. I try and get good like actual footage. So if I were to pull it from a stream, I could actually, you know, go back and use it. But the frick is this game? Can you stop freezing?
Hist, guide us.
Make an ESO catalytic converter because we have platinum.
It's not very valuable in this game, is it? I'm freaking frozen again, aren't I? Yeah, come on. Do you see this, Jake? What is going on? This is PC, bro.
Bro, you should just put on Xbox. I have an extra Xbox. You want to try it out?
No, I'm not starting over a third time.
You don't have to start over. Just go to Cyrodiil. I just want you to tell me if it's different, because like I always feel biased because it's like my perception of ESO is through Xbox, but I feel like the majority of people speak through PC because like that's like the vocal majority of like content creators. That's not a bad thing anyway. It's just like, you know, most content creators play on PC, but I always feel like it's led me to like have a different view of like what I think the biggest like focuses should be, or like how the economy is, or how the player experience is.
Am I still alive? Caffeine, a shout out real quick.
I can't even light attack leave, dude. I have Savage Werewolf on and I can't light attack leave, so I'm literally not getting access to a 5-piece because of the lag. Makes me upset. Like I don't care about much else. Like I said earlier in the podcast thing, like we talk about all these issues, and I'm aware of all this stuff, but still the underlying problem with this game is the servers aren't stable. At least for me. I don't know what kind of La La Land Jake's living in.
I'm jealous. La La Land. I just think that maybe it's easier to maintain a console server, you know, like I don't know.
Well,
I don't have the same problems. Like I don't have frames problems or anything. But
I can't shout you up.
But I
type something in the chat.
Well,
too,
like
I also have like a gig internet speed. I have the newest Xbox, so like
I do have bad internet.
I would have like I can't blame it on bad internet. I can't blame it on the console. Like if I'm having like input delay, it would be server performance. Like it wouldn't be anything else. And maybe that's part of the problem too. Is like, you know, are people running ESO on like, you know, things that, you know, with weaker internet connections? I don't know. I don't experience it as often.
This
as, like,
part of it is not like, as you saw, you said my footage looked crisp and stuff, right? Everything looked good on my end. I know it's the game when it does that because I'm still connected to the internet and my stream looks very good. You just see people rubber banding and the game freezing. That's how you know it's the servers.
No, I definitely think that the PC servers are significantly worse. I just don't know, is that because the PC servers are broken because of the update? Are they, you know, like, do they have different hardware? Are they optimized differently because of the add-ons? Is it because you know, they have lower system requirements than the Xbox and the PlayStations do. That's something I just don't know. I'd be curious if they would tell us like information about that though, because I'd be very curious to hear like, you know, why is it so different? And it could be add-ons, it could be system requirements, it could be, you know, half a dozen other things. They had talked about, interestingly, in 2023 they talked about potentially dropping the old consoles, like the original Xbox One and then the original PlayStation 4, but they seem to have moved away from that. And I thought it was interesting that they seem to be more focused now on not doing that, but that was also before they had done the hardware update. Maybe after they did the hardware update to the, you know, the newer hardware, because ESO had like 2013 hardware, which is crazy to think about, because 2013 was like 2 years after Skyrim was released, so that's like an eternity ago.
Yeah. But they did do that one server hardware update, like, I don't remember when, like 2 years ago or something at this point. And I swapped to PC. I swapped to PC just for that. And I remember, the reason it seems like it's so bad is because I felt good performance for once in my life when I first swapped. Performance on PC after they did whatever they did to the servers, it actually worked, and it was crazy. I wouldn't have any skill problems or any issues, anything like that. And I just transferred, and it was amazing. I played Maxwork on PC for the first time with increased turn speed. It was insane. That was the first build I made, by the way, when I came over, was a Maxwork 2 years ago. I was cool before everybody else.
I've been playing a Sorcerer since release, so I've always loved Sorcerer the most. Even though like people were like, it's dog shit. Except every so often, Delvia, every tier list he's ever made for PvP Sorcerer, he always would put it like an A tier. And I'd be like, oh.
Sork is the representation of me, the class, and me were a person. Because I love the speed and the damage and the emphasis on, you know, that power, not the defense. Because I'm like all gas, no brakes. If you've tried to watch my VR stream at all, you'll notice my head is constantly turning, and I didn't even realize how sporadic I was in real life till I went back and watched those streams. Like, it's just, there's not a still frame. I'm so fast. It bothers me.
More than migraine watching the footage because I feel like they're all like, oh shit. You're like, whoa, what's going on?
It's like, if I want to make that footage better, I physically have to slow down. It's great. It's great. But that's why I love Sork so much, and I've been playing it forever. It wasn't my first class. My first class, funnily enough, was actually a Dragonite, and I didn't use any class abilities because I didn't know what those were. It was great. And then I moved to Templar. I tried Templar, really liked that, and then I found Sork. And I found Sork because I looked at the abilities for Templar, and I'm like, wait, you don't have to be just magic based. Oh my gosh, a stamina sorcerer sounds so cool. So I went and I made a Sork, and I fell in love so fast.
Sork builds, I did like your bones build. That was the first ever video I had in years.
Yeah, that before E-Man became E-Man. That's right.
I literally would take that into Cyrodiil, and I would just one-shot.
It was such a good build, dude.
So
and it was only
it was so funny.
It was the perfect combination of things. It was like corrosive armor, just damage. It was beautiful. It was the first of its kind.
In a good aspect. It was goofy because it could deal so much damage from like so few skills.
Yeah, it was very fun to play. I miss it. I tried bringing it back with Oakensoul. Dude, you know where you got bonked from, boy. You know where you got bonked from, right? You know where it came from, right?
But I didn't see your build video before I made the bunk build.
You could go watch it. It's still up. It's beautiful. It's an Oakensoul build when Oakensoul was OP. Threw on the two-handed ult with the Berserker Rage, or the one that gave you the immunity, the one we use now. And you just combine that with Balorgs and Oakensoul, and I think I used Torig's Pact for the enchants. It was so stupid. because at the time my thought process, and it still probably might apply today, is enchants don't have any like inherent mitigation to them. They kind of work similar to Oblivion damage. So you know how it says on your glyphs, like it's gonna do fire damage, shock damage, blah blah blah, or whatever. I tested it. Even if you have the mitigations for it, it just doesn't. It's a flat number all the time. It doesn't matter. That was my testing back then. I put that to use in that build, and it worked really well. I don't know if that's still the case though. I am stuttering like crazy.
They're just getting in the zone
Bro,
dodge roll.
sabotage.
Cancel
It would
execute.
be
I'm gonna get off here.
You gotta keep it going. Look how you're doing some pretty good for views right now, especially because there's no Twitch drops enabled. Too. Views on
I ran out of
Twitch are
spam.
good. I'm gonna peek off though and see how you're doing compared to the rest of the category. See who your competition is right now.
Oh, you talk about E-Man on Twitch?
Yeah.
I don't have the
Oh, you
bandwidth.
got Drew you out. He's
multi-screen.
streaming right now. I think he might be the only one. Oh no, you're third right now in the ESO category. You fluctuate between second and third.
Tell me I'm just playing.
Oh gosh, there's like a what the heck? There's somebody streaming called the Healing Whisper, and I don't know who that is. And they
Oh my
play
gosh, what a legend.
PvP. But they have Suzy Q Boston, which I recognize as being an Xbox player, so I feel like I should know who this is.
I know who it is.
Yeah, cat.
Is it an Xbox player?
It's an AI cat. Yeah, thank you. No.
It's an AI cat.
Good
So
player,
they
though.
play on PC, but they have a bunch of console players. Maybe they also play on PC. I don't know.
A lot of people.
Alright,
swap.
I'm coming back on. I'm pushing your views back up. You're fluctuating.
Hey, no, come
between
push my views up too. I'm falling off. I haven't like streamed or uploaded in a long time. My consistency
I'm
is
watching
falling
your
off,
stream too.
and the
Don't
algorithm
worry.
is making me pay for it because I haven't done anything in a while. It made me pay.
I got you. I
Curious,
got you
Jake,
up too. Oh, that's.
What was the first time you ever heard of us?
I saw. Epic's first video was the bonk build.
Oh, I'll run it.
Your video, the first video I seen of yours, you were talking about something. I think you were talking about getting stream sniped or something, and I was like, oh, I'm curious what he has to say about that.
Oh.
I think that's the first video that I seen that you had made, because I know that you had talked about the BG live stream in some
Yeah.
aspect, and then you also had done videos about like people like calling you out or something. And,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
The state of the PvP meta, and I had watched those as well.
Always curious to know how the bomb
Well, it's good to know.
I
'cause
always
it's
used to be
like,
curious about that too.
Well, it's always good to know like what people are like seeing first, because like
Yeah.
once you have them in too, then they're gonna be recommended a bunch of like other stuff too.
Swap ours, please.
And YouTube's monetization is so much better than Twitch's monetization.
Real.
Was it a gold guide? Is that what you saw first in Fine Epic? Like how to...
No, actually, I remember seeing a comment on my video from you first. I remember the comment you left on the bonk build, and at the time, I went and I looked through people's channels who left comments, and I realized, whoa, this guy makes videos too. And I went and I subscribed and just watched from there. I don't remember the exact video, because it just like, it pulls up a playlist in front of you, and you just start watching. You know?
It's just a random comment. It was a good build though. I took it. I should have like remade the video just like with my character. And that could have been the first like video that you saw.
Let's see my own video, but someone else made it.
What the hell is this? It'd be like, sorry man, the build was so good I repossessed it.
I had to share it with even more people.
Yeah, what are the
Alright,
pros and
change
cons of
one the
YouTube?
traits around.
Yeah, what are the pros and cons of YouTube and Twitch? Both of them have cons. I do think that
Twitch seems like it has so much more like
YouTube is better for streaming,
interaction.
but like think about YouTube. That's the strength about YouTube. Like you can get paid off of pods, like vlogs or whatever. That like past streams that were posted a long time ago. Like I still have a stream like that elusive shady thing I did, bro. That stream still collect like continues to make me money. Interesting.
Bro, my build video is still carrying me. That one-shot build video.
Yeah.
The best part is I haven't even needed to change anything because the meta's been so stale.
Yeah, build videos. Yeah, build videos. They stay forever. Compared to Twitch,
What?
like
What? My roll dodge didn't give me a shield.
Twitch, you can like be a lot more successful during a stream. I think the strength of YouTube is like after a stream is done, just keep them vlogs up.
No.
Part about YouTube.
Sorry, no, hold on, my shield. I have left-handers on. I rolled and didn't get a
More
shield.
popular on YouTube than Twitch. Like,
What is that? Wait.
I think like now, bro, it's so important to be multi-streaming.
Was mid roll dodge. No shield.
oh, somebody wants me to ask you, Iman, what the banner
What the
bonus you
frick?
have currently running is.
It's the shock
No,
damage
Zosh.
one. Shock damage one.
Defeat is not an option.
It deals direct damage. Then the second one, the one that gives you damage based on your speed. Third script.
Bro, what's the point of
moniker.
having a one-piece mythic item if it doesn't do anything? Huh?
The better question is, why are people telling you to ask these questions in your chat, Epic, and not you?
Because I'm not reading
chat.
chat. I'm getting mad at the game for not giving me my left-hander shield when I roll dodge. Because I just died. I just died because I roll dodge, didn't dodge any damage, and I didn't get a shield either. Unless there's some sort of damage shield absorption stealing spell that I don't know about in this game, I'm mad. And if so, why would it work off a one-piece mythic item? That's my entire survivability. Bro, I went back and watched it in the stream. Bro, what the freak? When I roll, I expect to turn into a ball.
Epic's chat is not paying you guys any attention.
I'm so sorry, guys. Listen, I haven't streamed in like forever, and I just wanna hang out. Listen. I'll get back to you guys in a minute. So, I apologize. I know you guys come here to interact with me, and then I don't interact with you.
Doctor said that you were defiled. That's why. No
The
shield.
sun warms our scales.
Defile is not gonna remove my entire shield. Not the entire 24k non-battle spirit mitigated damage shield that I have on a one-piece mythic. Nah, the game just didn't work. I will go back
We
and
would
run
like
that
to do
build
a
back again.
crunch on that number. Little damage crunch here.
In real time. Come on.
Yeah.
That was stupid. I never should have died there. That's why I have the mythic on. It's my survivability. It complements my playstyle. What, am I neglecting chat somewhere? I mean, I am, but...
I'm defiled by the performance.
About to say, bro.
I'll make sure that they're.
Yeah, how about you just
on
how about you just be like the AI I don't want AI moderation in my chat. What the AI voice that reads the chat stuff out loud.
Like Siri.
Yeah, do it like a bot voice though, like super monotone, like say everything the same. Like how were you today? Or something like
Your
that.
stream? Oh, I thought your stream froze for a second.
That surprised me if it did.
No, it was me. I accidentally paused the YouTube video because I realized that I was 2 minutes behind on your footage. Or I'll keep you up to date. Yeah, the AI moderation thing is so interesting. If you guys don't have voice chat in PC, did you ever experience it though on
Oh my
PlayStation?
gosh,
voice
it
chat
was
was-
so much fun.
It's like the Wild West.
Bro, man, I remember watching a video. I didn't get to experience it myself, but I remember watching a video on some guy that was Xing someone when the voice chat was broken, and he got to hear the live reactions for him Xing him. So funny.
If you ever
That
get a
that was
chance
like
to
that should
watch
have been a
my,
feature, bro. That should have been a feature. A bug turn feature. That was such a blessing.
my Riften video has some of the wildest audio in it that you could probably have without getting demonetized. I don't know if you've never been to Riften on console, it's like an experience, you know? It's like something you just have to go do and realize that there are people that spend they're like not even high CP, they're like 700 CP, and they spend their whole day in Riften just saying the most off the cuff stuff the whole time. And God bless him, because I will go to Riften and I'll just sit there and listen when I'm like scripting videos.
That was a cool fight there at the end. I just hit someone with like a 10k light attack because I picked up the damage shit. That was
Great to see
awesome. All right, I
Doctor's
want to.
birthday, by the way, Epic. So you gotta sing to him happy birthday before you get off.
All right, yeah, let's go. You ready, E-Man? You ready? We're gonna sing Dr. Yankee Doodle happy birthday. Hey, are you ready? We're gonna do it really fast though, okay? So it's like he gets one syllable. All right, you ready? You gotta do it as fast as you can.
I have what you call.
You missed it. You missed it.
Have what you call.
I do. It should let you raid me, unless YouTube is doing the thing again. Let me check.
YouTube?
Yeah, it should. I have redirects allowed.
Oh.
There you go.
I'll have to see how that goes. I didn't know that was like a thing that was like possible.
I feel bad, E-Man, because you're like always on blue now, and every time I tune into your stream, you're zerging with like 4 other people that aren't me. And I'm jealous and mad at the same time. I want to play with my friend, but I can't because he's on blue. You know?
Alright, well, I'll probably play some Rift.
This week? Alright, I bet. I don't know how. Just like make a stream that says "We on Red tonight," and I'll just like bully you, and then we'll play together. And then you can also use my character's face in it. Be like, you could be like summoning Epic out of nowhere, because it will happen. I don't know. That'd be fun. I do want to do some more 2BXs though. That's awesome. All right, good night, E-Man's chat. I'll take care of you once he raids in. Yeah. What are you up to, Jake?
Staring at my TV. Actually, I have your chat pulled up on the old YouTube, and I had his pulled up on Twitch.
You know the funniest part is I got out of a BG and I still haven't checked chat yet.
I've been keeping you up to date, you know.
I appreciate it. Here, let me do some reading. I saw this.
It's pretty.
I'm
I
doing
think you're pretty
oh,
up to date, you know, with everything I told you.
Let me look. Streak is funny to use. It's the main reason I use Sork. Yeah, bro. Streak is joy. Streak is joy. It's annoying when someone just streaks away from you because it's like, what a coward thing to do. But then you're the guy streaking away from a Zerg and you're like, you can't catch me. It's great. This is a double-edged sword though, you know. You see.
It's the funnest skill for PvP, in my opinion.
I am aware that PD Bird donated memberships and I barely acknowledged him and I feel so bad. I'm so sorry, PD. I appreciate
He's
it so much.
Gone now. He's probably
Yeah.
sitting in bed like I just donated. Channel
donated.
members, my
Didn't
favorite
get noticed.
YouTuber, and he doesn't even like me.
He didn't notice me. I'm unsubscribing, disliking all of his videos, everything.
Maybe it'll be like, you know, OnlyFans, you know, models though, where if you get ignored, they just donate more to you until you get acknowledged. Just so maybe you'll get donated again.
I don't want to run my channel like that. Too violent.
Out of here.
Like
Don't
a
worry.
cat.
Oh, you're still here. Oh,
Alright,
thank
Jake,
you.
it's nice to meet you, bro. Definitely,
It is nice to meet you too.
again, bro.
Yeah, I'll shoot you a
Yeah.
friend request here before I forget.
He is on Xbox, unfortunately.
Thank
so
you, everybody
we
on
can't
Twitch
Zerg
and on
with him.
YouTube, hanging with us. You guys enjoy the content.
Subscribe to Email the Chosen.
The like button.
And then subscribe to Jake Clips, and then unsubscribe from Epic. No, unsubscribe. Because he doesn't upload or stream or make videos anymore. Because he's just, you know, been living in the real world for a little bit. That's it.
It's Mythic's not procking. Like, so, like, people don't even all have Mythics. He's like, not everybody even has the things that you have. Just be happy for what you get, all right? You know?
I'm content.